All right, we're live. What's up, guys? How's it going? Happy Tuesday. It's the Tuesday evening stream. We're started a little bit later. I just took some painkiller. I had this, I still have it, this major migraine. I think it's like a food migraine, but I'm still alive, so let's keep going. So today's thumbnail is the same as the morning stream because I thought it was such a good thumbnail for what we're doing here. New Sandstorm pack split. Fresh Metazoo and fresh Weiss Nikke first edition. All right, card shop. There we go. Okay, let's hit save. Just showing off the latest stuff. There's always something new coming on. Hey, what's up, Shahir? How are you today, man? You were in the morning time stream. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got a killer headache, man. It's so awful. Let me delete these things. So we're deleting some unnecessary emails. The painkiller's starting to kick in. I can kind of feel it. All right, we'll close this. It's too bad headaches, man. I get a lot of headaches. Have you guys noticed that? I seem to be a headache-prone person. Let's see. How about we grab the website? Let's grab the website. Okay. I got a nice heavy walk-in today. There we go. The weather was really nice. I worked up a good sweat. All right. So I'm dog tired and it's only Tuesday. You're tired? Yeah. The week goes by fast though. You know, like tomorrow's Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday. It's over so fast, man. We're already partway done, aren't we? Crazy. Go ahead and close this. Let me jump over here. Let's see. All right, very nice. Okay, let's see about this. Whoa. I got a message on Instagram. If you have any Pokemon-related items you no longer need and would be willing to send, I'd be incredibly grateful. I think that's just begging. There we go. Jesus, dude. All right. We do give giveaways in the live stream, but I don't just give them for free over Instagram. Let me hit refresh on the website. Okay, website is good to go. All the queues are clear. Let me turn on the iPad. Mr. Alex pinged the Discord server. Man, I'm loving the way this music sounds. I should make some music, man. How cool would it be if I wrote like a song for the stream? Wouldn't that be cool? I should do that. I should upload a song for the stream and then play my own song. We're always playing someone else's song, you know? Nice exercise, good for the heart. Yeah, everybody was out exercising. The park was crowded. Also, I got to see progress on the new community building. You guys ever heard of like YMCA or Recplex or anything like that? We're getting one of those out here in Camdenton. They're building it right now. It's pretty cool. It's going to have a walking track. It's going to have a basketball court. I don't know what else it's going to have, but it's a decent sized building, so it looks really nice. And I saw they were building that. It looks super cool, man. It's right next to the outdoor pool. So we're getting a new community thing out here in Camdenton. I'm like 8 minutes away from it. It's very nice. The traffic, man. There's so many people out here that did not exist before. Let me look this up. Is Lake of the Ozarks growing? Yes, Lake of the Ozarks is experiencing significant growth in population. Looks like Lake of the Ozarks population growth was 1.47% in 2026. Key drivers included hot waterfront real estate with a 5 to 10% projected growth in 2026 and the major investment of the $400 million Oasis at Lakeport amusement park. Waterfront home prices rose 14%. Wow. That's crazy. What is I'm curious what that one house is doing. I'm gonna look up the other house. I haven't looked at the ZELLE price on it in a while. All right. I'm a cardiopulmonary perfusionist, and I agree. Whew, that's a big word, man. I haven't looked at the value of that other home in a long time. I want to see what the Zestimate is on that other house. Oh, what did it do? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hill Court. There it is. Okay, I found the home. So what does it have to say about this home? I mean, it basically says the price of the home went down. So it reached a peak, it looks like in 2025, and now it's way down. So home prices have definitely dropped. And they've gotten cheaper out here. That's a good sign if you want to buy a lake house, man, but I don't think I'm buying another lake house. Let me close this. Let me close this. I don't think this needs to be open. That can stay open. That can stay open. This could probably be closed. Closing a couple of these web browsers. We don't need them all open. All right, turn this down a bit. Alex, if you're not busy, look at Discord. Where's Arturo? He was here in the morning time stream. Yeah, he popped in and said hi. All right, guys. So here we are. Mister, what would you say your average return on investment is from Pokemon's, not including the card shop? Oh, I think you mean not including like flips from like selling booster packs or something like that, right? Well, it's kind of a crazy number. I don't know. Like, it depends on what you're asking about. Look at these guys. I once bought these booster boxes for $150 per booster box. Now I sell the booster packs for like $85 or something. And there's 36 of those in one box. And I bought like 6 cases of this. So the return on investment has been fairly strong. There was a new record sale came out for a Lugia. I don't know, is he still with me or did I send him to the vault? I don't even know if I still have him. I don't think I sent him to the vault. Where'd he go? He's not with me. So there's a new record sale on a Lugia. Oh, he is with me. Cool. Here he is. This card just sold on eBay. It's a confirmed sale. It was an offer. Went for $46,000. That's pretty good. Because I bought mine for $8,000 in 2022. So that's what, times 4 at least. A little over 4, maybe like almost 5. Probably more like 4 though, after like taxes and stupid payment processing and all that crap. But yeah, I mean, this just sold for $46,000. And to go from 8,000 to 46, that's a good ROI. Now, does everything do that? A little bit. Yeah, I can't, even my worst performing cards, they still went up. Excuse me. Even my worst performing cards went up. So, I don't know. Can it do that forever? Probably not. But I do think it's going to do it steadily. So, I can't say that every year you can just buy Pokemon cards and they just super, triple, quadruple to the moon. But I think they're going to steadily grow. That's why I keep buying them. And I think it has to do with the fact that people are getting wealthier over time. They're working, they're earning money, they're saving up, and they're saying, what do I want to spend my leftover money on? Well, there's a couple things in this world you could buy. You could buy land. At some point, you buy a house, you buy land, and then you're pretty much done. So you could buy land, you could buy a vehicle. I think a lot of people have caught on to the reality that like cars and motorcycles, as fun as they are, as cool as they are, they're sort of like Kleenex or toilet paper. You use them up and then you throw them away. You put mileage on the car and then it's gone one day. So it's like, it's not an investment. It's not, you got to say bye to it one day. So people, you could buy a car, and then what other luxury things can you buy? A vacation, that's pretty good. But, vacations cost maybe $1,000, $2,000 and it's over. What can you buy and own that's really cool? And I think in our parents' time period, they went to the mall and they bought Levi designer brand jeans or something. We're in the future and people want art, and they don't want the Mona Lisa. They want Pokemon art. So this is it. This is a big deal right now. And I don't think it's going to change as long as the millennials are alive. When the millennials die, it can change. Here's Kayla Taylor with the first order. When the millennials are dead, it will change. All right, let's see what we got. Or if Pokemon receives a proper competitor, which I've not seen. Miss Kayla, one Fortnite pack? Yes. 2 Japanese Mega Symphony, and 1 spot in the trade break. Cool, all right. So Symphony, where am I hiding those? You said 2 packs? Beanie Baby, yeah, Beanie Babies could make a comeback. Whoa, did you see how red the screen turned when this blue pack came on the screen? So dumb, dude. And 1 spot in the trade break. So we certainly got to take some of these slabs down off the table. Here it is. This is the current trade break, everybody. Kayla's going to just directly buy a spot. You can always buy a spot directly into the trade break. Okay, Kayla Taylor. Mister, they're going door to door in her sister's area. Oh, they're looking for the kidnapper. That's crazy stuff, man. All right. That's crazy stuff. All right. Turn the feature off, TCC. I might be interested in that. I would just need to know how. But I tried to do it on other iPhones, and I just couldn't figure it out. There we go. The internet always offers like an explanation on how to turn it off. But then when you open up your iPhone to your specific model, it's like the option's not available. All right, what we got? I just saw Ancient Origins Gengar went from $5 to now almost $40. Now, I don't think that makes sense. Ancient Origins, you must have meant a different set. Ancient Origins doesn't have Gengar. Maybe you mean Phantom Forces? All right, there's your pack. No hollow in it. Do you think Nancy Guthrie is still alive? There's a chance. There's a chance she's still alive, yeah. She could be kept hostage right now. And Raku. There's a chance. There's a chance she was actually kidnapped for a ransom. Won't know until you know. All right, that's Miss Kayla with the K. So, Kayla, here's Miss Kayla Taylor. If we had sophisticated enough technology, we could just find her. There you go. But it would be intrusive. Okay, so let's get a little rotation on this huge table of slabs. Here's a beautiful Lugia. Looks like so let's take this Mr. Mime off. I can see this Mr. Mime's going to go into the Pricey Slabs channel. All right, give me a minute. I'm going to feel so bad if she's passed away. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know. People kidnapping people. That's nuts, dude. It's always some criminal with the small brain, man. I swear to God, they got small brains. That's what criminality really is. Criminality is not being smart enough to just make it in life with your own skill or with your own self-control. So self-control and skill will make you very wealthy in this world because people always need a problem solved. They need entertainment. They need help. You know, they need service, whatever it is, product. So if you've got skill and if you've got patience, you will be very wealthy. Mr. Michael Pettiford, 2 PRB2s. So criminals are always somebody who don't have those 2 things. And they go, well, my smartest move is crime. It's like, all right. They got impulsivity. They don't have any ability to plan. Like, what's your plan? Like, you think you're just going to get away with this your whole life? Yeah, right, dude. 1 Japanese, OP14. I'll just bury the body. Some people, I guess, actually do get away with it, but the odds of getting away with serious crimes like murder, like you might get away with petty theft at Target, but not consistently. You couldn't make a lifestyle out of it. But, you know, getting away with murder, that's a big deal, man. Like, the odds of that are so poor. You're so probably going to be caught. And then you're going to go to jail for life. Maybe in some states you're going to be executed. It's just not worth it. Michael Pettiford. What's up, Michael? How's it going, man? Welcome. Thank you for the order, man. Here is an SR. How's the binder break going? Anyone else in it? Just you so far. We added a whole bunch of cards in the morning time stream, but I haven't added any more. So I need to add a chunk of them right now, actually. So when the stream slows down, I brought a box over, actually, full of fresh cards to place in there. So I'm going to take a moment and add some more to it. It'd be really fun because that's the best part about the binder break is watching more cards go in. Here you go, Michael Pettiford. I also made an advertisement for it for the first time on the second YouTube channel. I don't know how well that video will do, but I don't know. We'll find out. I just simply wouldn't get caught, says Shahir. Oh, I see how it is. All right, here's this. Very good. Ooh. Let's try and make some more room on the table first, though. So we got Lily, we got Salamence, we got Snorlax. How many of these Snorlaxes we got? We got to get some of these down. There's too many of them. There's a couple Snorlaxes. Okay, so there's 2. He's $250. He's going into the Pricey Slabs channel. All right, here's another one. We got a couple of those Snorlaxes. That's good. Okay. Ooh. Ah, another one. Another one. I have somebody who's wanting me to do a red label slab away on a card for them right now. I need to go purchase that card for them to get that started. Okay. It's a card where I approve of the red label because I actually feel like that card might go up. Wow, that's 4 of these. How many of these did I have? They were all sitting in the same box at the same time, huh? That's nuts. Okay. Wow. So let me take a picture of these bad boys. The price of slabs. All right. Good. Let's get these moved off the table. We're just clearing up some room here. The queue is open. You guys can place an order as soon as you'd like. All right. Let's take a look and see what kind of business is going on over here. Did you quote DJ Khaled? No. I've never heard any of his music. I don't know what his quotes would even be. Oh, we have this Javier giveaway. Next up, we got a Nicholas Pacheco. He says I'll get in the Pikachu Gym Break. Oh, Pikachu Gym Break. Activate. Look at that, everybody. Pikachu Gym Break is up. All right. Boop. So this is now 1 out of 2. If you'd like to join Mr. Nicholas in here, you have a 50% odds of taking home this Tag 10 Pikachu. He's really nice. Now, you'll notice he's in Japanese, but there is no holographic version of this card in Japanese, so there never will be. They just didn't print it in holographic. I don't think they did. Maybe in a reprint set, but other than that, I don't think they did. Tifa, look at all these cards. So we need one more for the Pikachu break. Mr. Put website in chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My bad. I didn't know I didn't do that. Oh, I did do that, but I didn't pin it. It is in the chat. I pinned it already. I missed one like 2 months ago. First time watching the stream. Do you sell slab singles or just packs? Love your videos. Bro, we sell an enormous amount of slabs. I mean, we must go through hundreds of them per month. We have all kinds of ways to get slabs, whether you want to buy them direct or participate in breaks. So this is an example of a break. $20, 1 in 2 odds. This is a break. $40, 1 in 17 odds. And this is a break. $40, 1 in 32 odds. So you're really not likely to pull this. But somebody will. They'll be walking away with the $40 alt art manga. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then we got like random pull boxes. Check out this product. This is called the Waifu Shuffle. It's $5. We pull you a random card, and if you're lucky, it's got writing on it. So like this one, Point Down Pikachu, tag 10, $65. So if you pull this, you get that slab out of the box. So we just have tons of slabs. Hundreds of slabs. We got some other unique products you can't find at Walmart either. This is called the Jumbo Pack Break. Now here you can see Beatrice is already in there. So we're waiting on 3 more people. And it's just a whole bunch of booster packs. And one person pulls them all for $40. Now the other 3 people miss. What do they get? They get 1 Pokemon card. It's going to be a common Pokemon card. That's what you get if you miss. Same here. This is called the Binder Break. We're just about to work on it. Basically, it's a packet of ungraded cards, and I just keep adding to it until people go, ooh, I want in there. So it gets really thick if nobody wants in so far. Or maybe people are just out of money or something, and then it's just a really nice one because nobody jumped in. So, like, for example, I got this big box here. Look at this fat box. These are all untouched cards, just tons of them. And now I can just kind of pick up a bag and pick something out of here real fast. Let's see, what do we have? Look at all this. Weiss Strudel in here. Broly, Thunderous, Tornadus. Here's some Topps Chrome 100 Disney. I don't know. So just lots of stuff here, and I just have oodles of this. I have so much of it. Like this cute Pokeball. This is a special 25th anniversary Pokeball. Let's put that into the binder break. That's a pricey card, so that jumps the value of the binder break forward. I also think it gives the binder break a better sort of like hit card, because currently I can't really tell if it has a very good hit card, you know. Here's another one. Here's another baggie. So I told you guys I don't store my cards in top loaders, just baggies. So that's how they all are. Oh, this is Heart Gold, Soul Silver Commons. These are really cool. And these are all totally ungraded. They're ready to turn into PSA 10s if they're just, you know, if they're good. So we could pick one out. I don't want to give up my best one. I might actually want to grade one of these one day, but let's give you guys one. How about, what do we actually got? Lots of stuff in here. Look at that Metagross. Man, that is cool. Here's a Togetic. Here's a Pineco. Here's a Drifloon. Here's a Grimer. Here's a Sneasel. Interviewer question. Oh, I don't even know, man. That's tough. This one's tough. We've already got some vintage cards in there, and we've got this guy in there. Let's put, I'll put a Murkrow in there. Okay, he's really decent. That's a Neo Pokemon, Gen 2 Pokemon. He's good. But that's what I do with my cards. I just put them in these bags, and then when it's time to grade, I go and check that out. Now, look at this. This is Calvin Fellman from 724. This is an abandoned bag. Let's see what's in this abandoned bag. Here's a little filler card. That Alone Executor can be a filler. Here's a nice Charmander and a nice Blissey. Now, those are Pokemon Go hollows. I really like those. So this is what the binder break's all about. It's just random cards. I don't always put the farm in the binder break. You know, I'm not going to bankrupt my... Wow, what the hell? So here are sexy girl cards, and I actually don't know whether to put those in because I feel like it doesn't motivate people to get into the binder break. So I don't really know what to, like, maybe you should really strongly focus on Pokemon, and maybe there should be a separate round where it's just girl cards. You know what I'm saying? Look, here's some hollows. Looks like I was going to check these out later. So these are some beautiful cards here. Let's get a little Flareon there. So you get a little Flareon for you guys. Now, this isn't really worth much, maybe just a few cents. Same with the Blissey and the Charmander. They're not really worth anything, unless they were graded. So if you graded these, the value jumps. But grading, as you know, is getting expensive. So I call this is like junk. This is filler, but people like filler, you know, especially if you get a lot of filler. Now, these are actual hits. So these are hits going into the binder break. But this is filler stuff, and there's plenty of filler out there. You know, there's $5. You could have a whole box of filler, it feels like. That's how much stuff is out there, you know. So, okay, I'll put this back now. Here, let me add one more, okay? Let me add this. I think I got this from Matthew Castellanos just a minute ago. There's a little Spinda, Old Maid Spinda. I love the artworks from the Old Maids. So, okay, so here's a chunk of cards. That's a hit. This is a hit. These are solid, solid, solid cards. The rest is extra. And we're going to pop this in the binder break. I'll toss it right here in the middle. Now, let's show off what's in here, okay? Let's show off the binder break. Obviously, Nicholas has purchased a spot in there, and there's 3 spots left. When it's all the way full, you're not allowed in anymore. And you might get jealous and say, okay, oh, man, I wish I jumped into that one. So we run out of spots eventually. But so it's too much. I got to do it with 2 hands now, so 2 piles. Great concept. Love the transparency. Thanks for taking the time to explain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would make a lot more money if I just sold these one at a time, but I'm not looking to do that. Look at that. That's vintage. These are Cardos Disney 100. Okay. A little Hello Kitty. I found a Charmeleon and a Charmander, so I tossed them in. Here's Erica's Bellsprout, Vulpix, Drowsy, Karuta. That's a Rocket Trainer, and the Japanese version. Here's a Master Ball. lots of sort of like, okay, you know, like you look at it and you're like, okay, it's interesting, Tyranitar. I think that's what makes it a bit of fun, though. You know, it's like 100 cards, and you're like, oh, these are, look familiar? So, okay, so there's that. Here's Brugzish. This is cool. This is a Redback Poliwrath, but that one's used, okay? So just so you know, he's not going to grade 10. But some of these other poker cards might actually grade 10. Let's take a look at them. So we've got Terrakion, Growlithe. That's Leaf Green, XY, Leaf Green, XY, XY. Kirby. This is actually Kirby poker. And there's that Spinda. Here are the ones we just added. There's that Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Murkrow. Here's Pokeball. That's really expensive. Here's a still sealed Reshiram. That's real nice. Journey Together Stamp, Tornadus. We got some, these are gradable. So PSA grades these. Ace of Spades, Nemo, the Olaf or something like that. This is cool too. Ace of Clubs, Wario, that's a hit. So this guy, I don't know his name. Some girl cards. Again, I don't really know what to do with the girl cards. I don't know if I should include them. Like, does it encourage girl card collectors in here? Or I don't think it works because I think you would have to put some like girl card hits in the binder break. And Pokemon card collectors might not want that. Likewise, all these great Pokemon cards might not incentivize girl card collectors to get in here. They might be like, I don't care about the Pokemon. A couple Minecraft cards in the back. They're pretty cool. They're not free. They actually have some value. So there's the Ghast and the cow. So there it is. It's so much stuff. I had to put it into 2 piles now. That's how it works now, right? So it's so much stuff. I can't show it off the easy way. The first one that went off was a 1 in 6 break. And it turned into 2 bags before it went off. But boy, it went off real fast once it reached a certain point. People were like, oh, snap, I better get in there. All right. I sent for the Pikachu break. Pikachu break is done. Don't try to jump into the Pikachu break. It is over. I would jump into a fully poker binder break. I don't know if I would host a fully poker binder break. They're too valuable. All right, let's see. I used to sell them for like $10 per poker card, if you don't remember that. $10. So, you know, if I had like 50 of them in there or something like that, it would have to be more than 1 in 4. Anyways, so here's Mr. Jaded taking down the Pikachu. Here goes Jaded. Actually, Jaded, let me make sure no one else tried to get in there first because we don't want to have you skip the line and take it from somebody who's been waiting. So we got to make sure no one else jumped in there first, okay? All right, because there might have been people who jumped in there a couple minutes ago. Javier. Oh, yes, Mr. Javier already bought the Pikachu spot. I apologize. Pikachu's already done. Mr. Javier already bought it. All right, so there we have it. He's the older order. His order is older than yours. Javier Arroyo. So this is a gym break. You might not have seen this before. It's just a 2-person break. It's very personal. And instead of doing custom booster packs, we actually play a game of cards with each other. It's just a cute little thing. Not very serious. I tend to pick unserious cards for the gym break, like this Pikachu here. But it's just a bit of entertainment. That's really all it is, a bit of entertainment. So here's Nicholas Pacheco and Javier Arroyo. They're going to play a game of cards. So it's just random. And one of them's going to win and take the Pikachu, and the other person gets a common Pokemon card. That's what you get. You might get a Pokemon Energy card. All right. I personally like the poker cards that you add to the binder break, says Nicholas Pacheco. They're pretty neat. Back in the day, we had a randomly pulled poker box, but there was this point where no one wanted to buy it anymore, and I was like, well, all mine now. You go, ooh. So that's pretty tough, Javier. He gets the olive tree. What are you going to pull? Oh, it's an actual tie. Wow, look at that, guys. That's a tie. 310 versus 310. Okay, round 1's a tie. Round 2. There's the salad bowl head. And here's, an energy card and Gyarados. Gyarados is going to take this round. Javier is up by 1. So far, he's in the lead. Next round, we got Jolteon. Pretty weak. And he does lose to Zamazenta. Zamazenta wins this round. So, Javier, it's your Pikachu. There you have it. Hope everyone was watching. So, Javier gets the Pikachu for 20 bucks. It's just a cute thing. People like the gym breaks. We used to have, like, a scoreboard for everybody. So, you could keep track of, like, how many times you won. We don't do that as much anymore. I guess, I don't know if that was really a factor in making people buy it, but I don't think it was, because look, it's selling anyways without the scoreboards. Yeah, we used to have these fancy scoreboards. They would be like a sticker put onto a Pokemon card, and it would show your wins and losses. And then later, you could encapsulate that into a Cardconomist slab. It was cool. But we haven't done that in a while, and I don't know if it really motivates people to buy. All right, but his order's not done. He also wanted a Topps Naruto. So this is our Topps Naruto product. It's ready to go right now. We've got it. Here it is, Topps Naruto. This is a Topps exclusive set. Nobody's making Naruto. Naruto is such a good brand. It's pretty amazing that Topps printed a set for this. There we go. What's going on from prison? Hey, what's up, Jay Fang? You're not really in prison, are you? You are. John Fang? You are. All right. We have A Shadow in the Darkness. Here's Return of the Morning Mist. Here's the Ninetales. Here's the Assassin of the Mist. Here's Hashirama Senju. Kono Hamaru Sarutobi. He got the butt phone. Poke Prison. Iruka Umino. What's funny, because Jay Fang sounds like a familiar name. Here's Naruto. A little bit of dust there on it, but look at that. That looks nice. All right, we'll put this one in its own sleeve. Ha 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 emoji. There we go. All right. I swear we had somebody named like John Fang or something like that, and he was a buyer in the past, and his stuff expired. He kept it over here for over a year. There we go. I think he did. There we go. Very nice. So he might be real. All right. Look at that, guys. How cool is that? That's going to be a cold pack this time. We're looking to pull a 1 of 1 Topps Naruto, guys. I would love to pull that for you. Okay. Thanks so much, man. We have an order from Bill Barron. 2 spots on the mega sub list. Oh, baby. That mega sub list, man, moves on its own. Here it is. So you're going to have spots 8 and 9. I don't know any other John Fangs unless they're from China. Okay, so you're a different guy then. Here we go. So we are all the way up to 4. 1 spot left on the mega sub list. Okay. Oh, you're asking about Poker Charizard in your question. Mr. Bill Barron wants to know about Poker Charizard. Which one is more desirable? Well, so from the data, it looks like the red back ones are doing well, probably because it's Charizard on the back. Okay, so people are preferring the Charizard. However, the one that I know is the most rare is the yellow back. So I kind of bet on the yellow back too. So red back and yellow back seem to be the ones. There's nothing wrong with blue back, and I think green back will be the least popular because it is Venusaur. So I think when you look at prices for Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard, it goes Charizard in the lead, Blastoise in second place, Venusaur in third place. People don't like Venusaur. He's a big stinky frog. So I think he's cool. I like Venusaur. I don't know why people beat up on him so much, but it's just a fact he doesn't do as well. So that's how it's got to be. And but anyways, yeah, so red version and yellow version. And to be honest, I'd rather, personally, from all my experience, I'd rather have the yellow version. Yellow version has Pikachu on the back. It's awesome. I told my neighbor to stop using my name. Shake my head. Vehicle just hit 100,000 miles. Oh, baby. That's a lot of miles. All right, we have an order. Ivan Rodriguez, binder break. So that's it. So there's 2 spots left in the binder break now. Ivan Rodriguez is in. Good luck, man. You have a 1 in 4 odds of this going your way. Okay. So that's Nicholas Pacheco, and this is Ivan Rodriguez. I love Venusaur. Big Stinky Frog is crazy. Now, I'm not trying to beat up on him too much, but there has to be some explanation for why Charizard goes for a lot and Venusaur does not. So I'm just speculating. I don't know the real reason. Here's Nicholas Pacheco order for the Topps Narutos. 2 Topps Narutos. Naruto. It's Naruto. Ooh, okay, Mr. Nick. By the way, let me check my phone real fast. Okay, good. All right. I'm freaking dying over here. Snip. He's kind of like a frog with like, I don't know. He's got some kind of big flower on his back too. Ready? Okay, you ready for your 1 of 1? Ooh, 1 of 25. Wow, we're pulling a lot of low-numbered cards out of here. That is 10 of 25. That is super cool, man. Who knows what happens with these every time. So you're going to have a lot of commons. Here's Hanada. Each pack comes with a total of 8 cards. So even if 7 of them don't have a chance at grading 10, if the 8th card does grade 10, you probably paid for the whole pack with 1 card. All right. Did I hear the binder break? Yes, sir. There's 2 spots left on the binder break, and then it goes off. And now you've got, in pack number 2, it's Itachi Uchiha. That's my favorite one. All right, I don't actually know anything about him, but I know Kier says that he's like good. Here's Kakashi. Here's Kankuro. Tayuya. Tamari. Gara. And the 5th gate. Let's go, Itachi. You did it. You pulled Itachi. I threw my hat in the binder break. Oh, there's 1 spot left on the binder break. So now it's kind of like the critical part of the binder break where it's like, do you wait another day to see if I add more stuff to it and then jump in? Or do you jump in now before someone else takes that last spot? So that's how the binder break works. And it's a bit of fun. Ooh, look how cool that is. Bit off center, though, if you're looking left to right, huh? Very interesting. So these cards could be a little challenging to get a 10 on the hollows because I feel like a lot of the hollows we've pulled have been hard to get a 10 on. Now, that doesn't mean that the card won't have ungraded value. It's probably valuable right now, even as an ungraded card, if you just put it into a holder, like a magnetic holder. You are? Boop, boop, boop. All right, cool, man. Lovely. Look at all that. Okay, and let's go grab your bag, Mr. Nicholas. You got a lot of stuff, so we had to put you over here. Thank you, Nicholas. I sent for the binder break, too. Okay, so it's over. The binder break is full, everybody. Don't try to buy in to the binder break. All right, the next order is Jaded Heisenberg. Mr. Jaded, in fact, there was a whole round of orders ahead of yours. Sorry about that, man. Okay. We got $20 for you. So you were trying to buy into a gym break. You know, we've got more of those. Let me see if I can find another gym break. So there's 2 more over here. So this is $20 and this is $22. Do you have any interest in either of these? I'd probably let you slip into the Ryolu for only 20. He's a McDonald's. He's part of the Burger Chew collection. So, you know, this card will probably always have a lot of prominence just because of his relation to the Burger Chew. It went well. The cats have like a virus cat flu that's common apparently, so they gave me some meds. Anyone got Valentine's Day's plans? I'm probably just going to buy Care some expensive thing. That's my Valentine's Day plan. Itachi versus Sasuke, top 5 all-time anime fights. What? Let's go with the $20 break. All right, so Xerneas it is. So this has 1 person in it. This is a lovely Xerneas who's a legendary Pokemon. And it's just a nice Gem 10. That's all it is. It's a simple Gem 10. It's very pretty looking. You have a chance to grab it for $20 if you win the Poke-Gym battle. All right, we have a Michael Pettifor ordered. He says 1 Japanese PRB2 and 1 Korean Rocket. Okay, here's the PRB2. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope your Tuesday's going well. Dude, I've been effed up all day today. I like 8 eggs for breakfast, and it like made me sick all day long. I don't know why. Started with like a headache in the morning time stream, and then it turned into a migraine later. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, it is. All right, here we are. Michael Pettiford, how's the walk? Oh my God, it was perfect outside. Just a light, chilly wind, but then like a hot sunlight that warmed you up. Yeah, it was beyond perfect. The park was full of people. Everybody out here trying to get some sunlight while it lasts before it gets cold again. No, but I mean, we're coming into March pretty soon. And I got to say, in the March, May, April time period in Missouri, it's amazing. You get like perfect weather for 3 months. You know, people talk about going to California because they got perfect weather year round. Well, we do get the perfect weather too, but it doesn't last the whole year. So Missouri, it's definitely those 3 months. And then I would argue is probably end of August, September, and all of October. October is insanely good out here. We are. All right, that's Mr. Michael. But we get a very hot summertime. So, you know, June and July and August hit, and it's sweltering. It's very hot. But, you know, I was talking about how that equation on the hot weather changes when you have something like a lake to go swimming in. Because it makes the water so comfortable and warm. It's kind of like a bonus. You kind of go, oh, I can go swimming in this. It is, but that's unique to having like lakefront property. It's not true if you live in any other part of Missouri. You gotta live near like a big body of water, and then it's like, oh, this is fun. You know, you can just walk into the water, and it's super warm in the water, and you're like, oh, awesome. So next up, Mr. Edward, the binder break. Here you go, Mr. Edward. Very good. All right. That's a pretty good chunk of cards in there. And click. After him, we have Mr. Arturo jumping into the binder break. That's it. That's the end of the binder break. 4 people go in. 1 person walks out with all the cards. We don't know who. I hear hiking is the new hot method to exercise. Yeah, we were walking in our park in Camdenton. And the park's really nice because it trails off into a really beautiful wilderness trail. And that wraps around the park, and then it goes off into like a baseball court where they actually play like little league baseball. It's so cute. All the kids look so, I don't know, like innocent. They're so nice. It's a very family-oriented area. It just feels very safe and very good. There we go. A lot of Lake of the Ozark has that feeling. It's a countryside feeling. You don't get it in St. Louis. I know, I was just there. I was just in St. Louis. I grew up in St. Louis. You get it out here. You don't get it out there. So you ready? Let's grab this. You have to kind of live in the middle of nowhere with fewer people, and then you get it. Where are my boosties? Oh, boosties. I don't know where they are. Wait, I just saw them. Ah, there they are. I bet Hiker went out for a walk today. Maybe that's why my wife never came home. Hey, little bro. Is Ashley ready to go for our walk? Yo, Ashley. Who's this guy? Your boyfriend? Hey, what's up, little man? All right, so 1. Everybody gets a guaranteed Pokemon card from the break, but only 1 person pulls the Psyduck. That's how it works. See, he gets loaded in. 1 person pulls Psyduck, the others do not. If you pull the Psyduck, you get to trade him with me for the binder break. Sorry for coming in late, but there is a restock on Nikke First Edition. Yes, sir. 100% fresh case, not even 1 pack open from it yet. So nobody has opened it yet. Nobody opened it in the morning time stream, and we just started the evening stream. All right, so give me a number, and we'll split this in half. You just saw how these custom packs are made. Just figure I'd say it again. I'm very thankful for your stream. I truly enjoy it. And anytime I tune in, no matter what kind of day I'm having, it makes it better. Ah, that's really nice, man. I'm glad to hear that. I like to know what I'm doing well. Okay, so there it is. It's split by 3. I like to know, like, what is it that we do that maybe is better than other streams? So I like to know what we're unique about. And then I like to know what makes people click off as well. So, like, if I've ever been doing something and it made you click off of the stream, like, I'm out of here, bro. I like to know what that is too. So I like to know what people like and what they don't like so that we can kind of make constant improvements. You know, I like the, oh, wait, what am I doing? I like the, I was going to shuffle it behind the screen. We already did that step. There we go. All right, so just give me a number now. It's ready to go. I kind of already know what makes the stream exciting because I've seen the numbers go up and down. I sent for a box the other day, but you gave me credit, and if possible, can I use that credit for a box, please? Yes, sir. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that stays the same. 4 is equal to 0 when it comes to a 4-spot break. Ready? All right. So that's been double split. Here's Mr. Edward on 1. Dude, Edward pulls a lot of these breaks. Have you guys noticed that? This guy's taking everybody's money. So Edward Cornelio, although he did have the break where he took 9 spots in that break and missed. So he went -9 on the EB3 box? No, EB1 box. But he just pulled this. Here's Nicholas Pacheco. I'm sorry, Nicholas. Here's Mr. Ivan. I'm sorry, Ivan. And here's Mr. Arturo. Okay, so there it is. Edward Cornelio with the snipe. How about that? Oh, my goodness. Oops, Ollie Mail. I wasn't paying attention to how many packs it was. There it goes. I asked people if they wanted to be able to guess, like, you know, 0 on the packs, the audience split, and people said allow it. They said it should be allowed because it's considered, you know, RNG to roll a 0. All right, so Edward, by the way, you can choose to keep this Psyduck and we'll encapsulate it instead of taking the binder break. No one has done that so far, so this is how many breaks he's been in. He's been in 20 breaks now. All I wanted was the gold Pokeball. No! I'm sorry, man. All right, let me toss this over here. So, oh my gosh, Edward Cornelio. He's scaring me. You're gonna be participating in the breaks forever with this kind of streak. The breaks are more addictive when you're actually winning them. You go, holy man, that feels good. There it is, Edward Cornelio. By the way, do we have a trade slab? Yeah, we do. We got a trade slab. All right, Edward, I ought to take all your bags and put them in their own box by now. You have enough for that. So I ought to do that. But before we think about that, let's get to work on the next round of the binder break. This will be round number 5. Okay. Oops. Is that gold card valuable? I actually don't know. I didn't look its value up. Like I said, I might make a lot more money selling these cards individually, but I don't want to do that. I don't have time to do that. Did you ever take the Hogwarts house test? Oh, I don't remember. I think I did take that at some point. I don't remember where I scored. It is. Did you just describe a dopamine rush type of thing? Well, yeah, essentially, if you're going to, I mean, if you're getting in these breaks and you're winning each time, you remember that. You remember what the breaks are capable of achieving. You go, oh, that's pretty good. There we go. Mr. is a Hufflepuff. I thought I got either, I can't remember. I either got Gryffindor or I got Slytherin. I don't remember which one. Mr. Russ says, mainly you just talk about stuff, but obviously the product is how I found you years ago. Yeah, we do talk a lot about stuff. I don't mind. I like talking about stuff. You know, I get very stinky. I get very philosophical. I like to think analytically about things, and this leads to a lot of, I want to say, almost like, you know, like academic discussion. You get academic discussion over here because we like talking that way. Oh, look at that. It's almost like this is just, oh, wow, that was easy. Get a lot of academic style discussion, and it can be kind of, I don't know. It could be arrogant sounding. It could be aloof. It could be like a cringe take, all kinds of stuff, autism. But it ultimately, it is a bit of fun too, you know? All right, look at that. Growlithe, Weedle, Sandshrew, Slowbro, Beedrill. So there's our little starting point. We have all of these poker cards going in. All right. He has big Slytherin energy. That's right, and I have a long snake tongue, so I'm obviously Slytherin. Someone jump into the Xerneas break. Yes, the Xerneas break is $20, and somebody's already in it. So this has one person in it right now. Very good, very good. We have an order. Carlos Chavez, 5 Nikke BTO1. Also, if we did away with the break scoreboards, can you throw mine in my bag? It's the Nikke card. Thanks, mister. All right, 5 BTO1s. Okay. He's a parcel mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's got to be Slytherin. I'm Year of the Snake. That's my Chinese zodiac or whatever, New Year's. Year of the Snake. It's got to be Slytherin. I think that's just the rule at that point. He would join Voldemort's army. Nah, Voldemort, he's too ambitious, bro. There we go. Voldemort, you know, here's what... He's such a powerful guy. He could have just been chill, bro. Like, what if he had been chill? He'd have just been fine. It's always people with too much ambition. Ooh, look at this. There we go. I am Mike's side. I got my Hufflepuff's beanie from Universal. Whoa! All right, here's... Whoa, you gotta keep that. Here's this girl in her bathing suit. Very nice. Okay. Here's this lady. Every break loss lives rent-free in my head for the rest of the night. Yeah, it's pretty rough. There it is. All right. Ooh. Let's put the guys who missed that break onto this Javier giveaway. It's a nice giveaway. And there were only 3 other guys, so we'll do that for fun this time. What do you think? So there's the giveaway. And we'll put number 8 will be Arturo. Number 9 will be Nicholas Pacheco. And number 10 will be... Who was the 3rd person in there? I don't remember, actually. It was Arturo, Nicholas Pacheco, Edward Cornelio. Who was the 4th guy? I don't remember the 4th guy. Somebody remind me. Ivan? Oh, yes, it was Ivan. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you. Ivan, my memory's not that good. That is the truth. There we go. So I put you guys in there for free, just for fun, okay? We don't always do that. I just thought we'd do that this time. Carlos, let's grab your bag. And you said you wanted a card. Here it is. You said you wanted your scorecard from the past. I don't know where that is at the moment, but it might be over here. Is this it? No, that's the D1 deck. Oh, could it be in here? Could be in here. So we used to keep track of scores from the gym breaks, but I don't know. I just haven't worked on that as much lately. Let's see. Oh, right. You had a specialty one. You were one of the only guys with the specialty one. So this is what we used to do. Maybe we should have required people to have one of those. Maybe it would have made the scoreboards meaningful again. You know what I'm saying? So look at this card. So notice how he has a win and a loss, and then he's got this sexy lady in the background. And then let's say he gets really lucky, he gets a really impressive scoreboard. Well, you could encapsulate that, and it'd be just a really fun encapsulation card. But nobody else got one of those specialty cards. No one else bothered, because it costs $5 to make one. Maybe I should have just made it a $5 entry fee to start, you know, to participate in gym breaks. And everyone has to have one of those cards. You know, wouldn't that have been interesting? $5 requirement. The reason it can't be free, we did free a long time ago. The reason it can't be free is because it takes too long to make those cards. It takes, like, there's a long effort to it. And then there's all these people who just have you make one, and then they just abandon it. They're like, all right, you made me a cool card. All right, now just give me the card, and I'm out of here. Bill Barron, last spot in the mega sub list, and 3 packs of Prismatic. Whoa, Bill's taking a full 50% shot. You got it, Bill. This is Bill Barron. I hope you get it. Okay. Mega Sublist Nido King is going off. Oh, I suppose we should go ahead and get a link to this stream and come over here to the breaks history And we're going to make a note here. We're going to say binder, oops, binder break 4 went off, and it went to Edward. Now, number 2, we're going to say the mega sub list. So the mega sub list is going off right now, guys. It's a big deal. I would pay $5 for a girl scorecard. Are you mad about PSA? Yeah, I don't like it. They're making way too much money, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're really jerking us around, man. They didn't need that money. They didn't need that money. It's not like the cost of living jumped up by $6, you know, which is like 25% of their original price. So there hasn't been inflation of that much. They're price gouging, and they're claiming to have to do it because of the amount of volume. But that means they could just hire more people. They could hire more people. They could buy more machines. It's greed. It's greed. And they have a monopoly. Everyone prefers PSA grading. That's why I think it's important to support some of the other grading companies. I actually think if we don't support the other grading companies, it's just going to be a PSA monopoly, and they're going to charge you as much as they want for grading. It's going to be ridiculous. Mister, you missed Jorge Ponce. Oh, give me a second. Let me read it. He says, can you please use my credit for the Nikke box? Oh, right. You talked about that earlier. Yes, sir. I could definitely work on that. I'm just getting this done. He's in the queue. So let me take care of Mr. Bill Barron real fast. So this is going to say, let's see. Mega Booster. There we go. Okay, Mister, you plan on running CGC grading again? I could. I certainly could. Here we have this. We got 1. We got 2. Oops. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. A 9, and 10. We've been doing a lot of tag grading, but yeah, we probably could bring CGC back. I wonder if CGC would be willing to work a deal out with me. They can't hire more people if they don't have the space in their building, maybe. Yeah, that's a fair argument. But they've been at it for a couple of years now. You know what I'm saying? They've been at it for a while. It's my favorite way to shuffle. I like to do this move. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Isn't that cool? That's my favorite move when shuffling right now. One of these. All right. So give me a number. Is it still 40 for PSA? No. It's 45 for PSA now. So my fees include the cost to ship it out, the cost of return shipping, the taxes, and the payment processing fee, and on the profit that I make for my service, taxes. So I get to keep a little chunk each time you grade through me as a middleman, but it's like you're paying me to be your DoorDash driver. And then if something goes wrong, if the card goes missing, if it gets lost, if it gets stolen, you know, I like to have a little money left over in case I'm trying to help somebody get their stuff back, you know. So it's a bit tricky. So think of it like this. You're kind of buying insurance at the same time a bit. All right, so 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I need one more number. One more number. Since we're not splitting the names, we split the packs twice. I saw they're grading video games now too. I'm gonna try it out. PSA video game grading. Yeah, I mean PSA's got a strong brand. I think people won't mind having their games graded through PSA. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you wait a second. You guessed the 5. Let someone else do it. We want 2 different people. We need a number, guys. Give me a number. JD says 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, there it is. Chris on 1. Matthew on 2. Oh, no, Nathan Norman, not Matthew. It looks kind of like Matthew. Nathan Norman. Nathan on 3. Grant on 4. Nathan on 5. Oh, Bill Barron, huh? On 6. On 7. On 8. On 9. There it is, 9 and 10. So it's yours, Mr. Bill Barron. It's like you bought it for half off, but you took an awful risk to do that. That was a huge risk, man. All right, so he's got a spot in there. Half off spot, I heard. What if a card gets upcharged? I notify you if the card is upcharged, and then I show you an image of the upcharge, or if you wish to see it. Sometimes the upcharge is very simple, like $15, not a big change. But if it's a big upcharge, you're going to want to see it. All right, that's the end of the Mega Nido King sublist. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there you have it, Mr. Bill. This is a big deal, everybody. The Mega Nido King is one of the fastest moving breaks on the table. He's probably underpriced at $4,000, to be honest. Mega Nido King is pretty expensive. So he is now up to 4. Wow, that's up to 4 out of 10. So there are officially 6 spots left in here. You can take a $40 shot at the Nido King in the sublist, or you can buy directly in for $400. It's a big risk. It was not intentional to offend you, Mr. Sorry. What? What are you talking about? I wasn't offended. I don't even know what you're talking about. I wasn't hating on you. I was just asking. Oh, I didn't think you were hating on me. Yeah, I stand by the $40 price tag on our middleman grading. I'm not like embarrassed or shy. What I like to do is I like to explain to people where all that money goes, right? Like when you check out with PSA, it's not actually $25 a card. When you check out, it's 25 plus taxes, and then it's 25 plus the shipping to them. So you have to ship it to them. Then it's the return shipping. Then it's, it's the semi-rigids, it's the penny sleeves and semi-rigids, it's the packing material. It's my time, it's Alexis's time if she ships it rather than me, but sometimes I do the shipping on it. It's a lot of stuff. It actually takes like a whole day to get it done. So I try to explain my prices. I actually think my middleman prices are lower than my competitors. I don't know if that's still true, but last time I checked, I was like $10 cheaper. And so I try to keep it low, but it's got to be reasonable. And I love sending your cards out to PSA because we also get to see what they grade later. So that's the cool part. We get to see what they grade later. So you get to show your cards off. So we're not done with Bill Barron. He needs 3 packs of Prismatic. You got it, man. All right, Prismatic. Mr. Bill. Prismatic. A 1, a 2, a 3. I still can't believe people accept PSA upcharges. No other company does it or could even get away with it. Well, yeah, because PSA is basically just saying, oh, your card's really valuable, so I guess we'll take some of that. And you're just going to, you're going to roll over and let them, butt touch you because they have just handed you a card that you probably did not acquire for very much. They just handed you a 10, and you're up by thousands of dollars, and they know it. And they say, okay, now you're going to share those thousands of dollars with us. So, they're probably just making fist loads of money, man. They're probably making so much. Here we go. You ready? Cottony pull. Here's his little Pokeball. Who knows how much money they're making, man? It's probably nuts. Smash that like button for me, guys. I can see we're at 21 likes. Appreciate it if we hit that. How are you guys doing on this fine Tuesday? We are getting through the week. Can't believe it's already Tuesday. I mean, after this stream, it's Wednesday. Too fast, man. BGS has been growing on me. BGS is cool. BGS is fine. So, Bill Barron, you got to accept BGS into your heart because they do the black label. But regardless, they are now owned by PSA. So you're not even... Same with SGC. When you grade with SGC, you're just grading with the PSA network. It's crazy. They got SGC. They got BGS. Here we are. They'll never own CGC. CGC is owned by NGC. And they're a big company. They don't need PSA to buy them out. Here we are. Bill Barron. They're a big company. They're PSA's only true competitor, in my opinion. There we go. But, I think that companies like Tag take a little bit away from PSA as well. We've been doing a lot of Tag grading. They've been nice to me, except for when they don't give me 10s. So before we go into the next order, let's take care of that store credit order. You ready? So there's a store credit order for our friend Jorge Ponce. Here it is. All right. PSA up prices and wait time to shift the market more towards BGS since they bought it. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. Think about it. Ascended Heroes just came out. People are just got so many good sets to grade in a row. And the cards are selling for record prices. It's just the market, man. It's just the market. The market's nuts. It's crazy out there, man. It's like PokeCon, St. Louis PokeCon. Did you guys watch my short of PokeCon? You couldn't breathe. There were so many people in that room, you couldn't breathe. It was so full, you couldn't shop, you couldn't move. You couldn't voluntarily walk where you wanted to. The crowd decided where you were going to move. It was shocking, actually. Karis was shocked. I was shocked. We were both shocked. Here you go, one whole box of Nikke. Look at that. You get a really good box. This box is fresh from the case. You could pull the top card right now. Let's find out if you get lucky. I honestly would rather support CGC or tag over PSA. I like them all. PSA becomes sort of like an industry standard. CGC is the PSA alternative. Tag is the up and coming with some good ideas like the grading report. So that's a good idea. I like it. Good website. So, you know, I like a little bit of everything. Why not? If you send one to Tag and you send one to PSA and you send one to CGC and you send one to BGS, one of them is going to get your work done. You know what I mean? Your stuff will come back. Read my message. Mr. You have to admit, you rather have a... Hold on, let me reread this. Mr. You have to admit, you rather have a vintage card in a PSA than in another holder. That's not strictly true, and I show that off all the time. I've got BGS cards. I've got quite a few SGC cards. But here's the problem. When I run into like a vintage card in a tag slab, somehow it costs more than a PSA slab. They actually want more money. And so they're saying, you know, we know that tag has very tough grading standards for vintage. And so we know what we're sitting on. We're sitting on a very good card. So, you know, I just don't run into the vintage cards and other labels as often. And that might be other people's discrimination too. So that might be like the average person is saying, oh, I better grade this with PSA. You know what I mean? So nobody's risking it. And so I don't really get a chance to buy it very often because it's not on the market. But you're wrong. I actually own some decent SGC vintage cards. And if I ran into decent tag vintage cards, I'd buy those too. But not if they're going to overprice it. I probably would want it to be the same price as PSA, not more expensive. The same or cheaper. I mean, obviously, if it's cheaper, it's really exciting at that point. All right. What is this music? This music sucks. Give me back up here. Do you think tag portable grading machines will change the industry when they come out? I don't think so. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Maybe. Maybe it'll improve things. Read my message. Honestly, would rather support CGC. Thank you for getting to my credit. No problem, man. Thanks for waiting. We got this fresh Nikke. This has been one of the top products, by the way, everybody. Nikke. Weiss Nikke. Top product on the channel. It's not even a Pokemon card. It's not even a One Piece card. All right. Very nice. What do we got? Any other holder should be cheaper because PSA is the most valuable. Yeah, but see, thinking like that, it's just based off of faith. It's just based off of a feeling. Like, you just feel that way about it. And that's what creates those numbers in the market where it's like, oh, what do you know? PSA went up. Because if you feel like you would never pay as much for a, let's say like a CGC grade as you would for PSA grade, well then... It's nothing wrong with the card in the holder. You're just discriminating. You're just saying, PSA only. There it is. As if you've never seen a sloppy PSA 10. Actually, I could find one on the market right now for you. I could find a PSA 10 that should have been a PSA 9. And PSA holdered it wrong. And everyone's just cool with it. PSA just gets away with it. They don't get in trouble. You don't condemn them for it. You don't go, wow, this brand is unreliable. I shouldn't be buying this strictly. You don't do it, but I can go find that for you right after this poll. Let's see. So right after this box, I'm going to show you, because I almost bought a card off the market, but I decided not to when I looked at it closer and realized they definitely screwed up. It was meant to be a PSA 9, and they graded it PSA 10. And so PSA is just as fallible as any grading company. It's possible that they're on average better, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of PSA mistakes. Like I'm sitting on right now, I'm sitting on a Jirachi that's way off center, but I keep it. The reason I don't sell it is because it's a perfect example of how bad PSA cards can be. I had a Shining Magikarp Neo Revelation that I sold, but I sold it because I couldn't stand looking at it because it was like such a poor quality 10. I was like, I gotta get rid of this thing, man. Do you think the Dragon Ball market will take off like One Piece? Well, it looks like it already has after they announced Dragon Ball Super. Here it is. All right, no Siggies this time. I'm sorry, man. But it is a 100% fresh case. Maybe the next box will treat you better. Let's go find your bag. And then I'm going to show you a PSA 10 that was just graded 10. And it absolutely should not be a 10. And yet it's sitting in their vault right now for sale. And it's ridiculous. And then people just give them preference all the time. And it doesn't make sense to me from an analytical point of view. I know what's happening, but it doesn't make sense to me as an analyst. I'm an analyst. Wait, you have a bag right here. Is this you? Jorge Ponce? It was Jorge Ponce, right? Oh, wait. Yes, it was Jorge Ponce. All right. Your baggie was all the way in the back. Let's get your cards in here, shall we? What did you have in your bag? 225. So that's a 1-year-old bag. Take a look at this. You had Aerodactyl, Drapion. So you had a couple cards in here. Well, welcome back. Let me put these in. You can have this box topper as well, like you're supposed to. And let's get a fresh bag. No, let's just use this bag again. You're sorry about that. I'm getting back into this. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. Very cool. All right. So this shall say 2.26. Haha. So you actually keep all your cards from last time. Very cool. Very good. Mr. The Nido King is at a percentage of PSA, so you even know it downs hold the same value. Yeah, but that's a Gem 10. Everybody knows that a CGC Gem 10 can have a flaw on it. But if it was CGC Pristine 10 and you still won't buy that at the same value as a PSA 10, you're just not being clever. That's all there is to it. You're just not being clever. You're discriminating based off of brands. Your brain is occupied, it's colonized, it's owned, it's defeated by the value of a certain brand. But you're supposed to be buying Pokemon cards, not necessarily the brand of the grading company. So like, for example, Cardconomist grading, that's our little grading, is feasible. I put a really nice card, definitely worthy of a 10, into a TCCG slab holder. And it's true, it won't sell for as much on eBay, but the card inside is still good. And so when you're buying cards, that should be the root of your process, not sort of like a blind adherence to, oh, it says PSA, it must be good. You know what I mean? So, and I think a lot of people understand this. So hold on. So Ancient Gyarados, we were opening up Ancient Origins. Let's see if I can still find it. Is it still up there? Yeah. Check out this bad boy. You guys ready? This is a supposed PSA 10. Now, the first thing I'd point out, this is clearly in their vault. And look at the certification is a 1.4, right? So that's a 1.4. But now look at the bottom of the card. Look at how thick that is, and look at how thin the top is. Can you see that? Let's zoom in here. If I turn my phone sideways, it won't help. Look how bad that is. Look at the left to right. Do you see the left to right, how bad that is? It's way off center. It's meant to be a 9. This card is meant to be a 9, but they gave it a 10. And that's their recent grading. Now, we're flipping over. Check this out. So this is the back of the card, and it's not like the centering gets way better on the back. I mean, look at that. But also, look, that's a white dot. And if we look up here, that's a second white dot. You can visibly see it with your bare eyes. What's going on? That's a 10. That might as well be a CGC Gem 10. So, and that's their recent grading. Look at that cert, 1.4 cert. So I call bullshit on PSA being like some sort of, oh, they're the best. But that's the market being irrational. That's one of the things. So if you're trying to be good at what I do, because I'm pretty good at it over the years, one of the very first things you have to reach a conclusion on is that the market is irrational. That's the only reason I make money. The market is irrational. That's where all the money is made, is in the irrational decisions of the market. So you look at that guy, and he's goofy as hell, and he's just one example, and there's so many examples all over the place. They're all over the place. Old grades, new grades, it doesn't matter. PSA just doesn't grade cards that well. That's the fact of the matter. They mess up. And so then you get CGC does it, but you're like, oh, CGC sucks and PSA is heaven. It's like, what are you doing, dude? That's the irrationality of the market. So I'm going to go find a great CGC card and buy it. I'm going to go find a great SGC card and buy it. I'm going to find a great tag card and buy it. Of course, I actually have to find them. Like I said, people are so irrational, they won't even grade their good cards with tag. They'll say, no, save that for PSA. So you don't even run into them as often. All right, but that is the irrationality of the market, that they think that PSA is so good. That's outrageous that card is on the market in their vault with 2 white dots on the back. Off-center, top and to the right side are thin. Left and to the bottom are fat. Tag wouldn't have done that. Tag would have actually caught that. Tag's so strict, they would have caught that like 20 times over. PSA's like, boom, it's a 10. Buy the grade, not the card. Luke Glory, 200 to slab away. You got it, Luke Glory. So that, it should be an 8. It could be an 8. With another grading company, that could be an 8. And they gave it not an 8, not a 9. They gave it a 10, dude. What a joke, dude. And so the blind adherence to PSA doesn't work on me because I'm too smart for it. And I do consider other grading companies. I really do. I don't just say that. We are 380. But PSA is so prominent, it's everywhere. You just run into it. You can't get away from it. Okay, so your card moves from 580 to 380. Now you need 4 Halo Upper Decks. All right, you got it, man. I love the Halo Upper Decks. That's such a good set. I just bought I think I bought 8 more boxes of this set. It's so good. Patrick says, everyone is human, mister. Even you can mess up. Well, yeah, of course. Well, and that's why you don't want to invest too much of your brand loyalty into a single brand. That's the trick. That's what I've been preaching all these years. Like, yes, PSA does very well in the market, but that's not the philosophical take on how card grading should be, on how card grading really works. That's more like the market irrationality, the mistake of the market. And you can make a lot of money in that zone by finding cards that are wrongly priced, but don't have the PSA brand on them. All right, so here we go. Maybe a nice TCC slab, you never know. Maybe a nice SGC slab, you never know. Maybe a nice BGS 9.5 that's just going to, cross grade into a PSA 10 anyways. But people are racist against 9.5s. Here we are. Maybe a CGC Pristine that's weirdly cheaper because it's like, oh, but it's CGC or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't like CGC. Yeah, but the card's a pristine card. All right, here goes. Would you want your gold star in a TCC slab or in a CGC slab? I'd have to say CGC, but I have a very good reason for that. It's because if I put it in a Cardconomist slab and then demand like $4,000 in it, $4,000 for it, people are going to look at me like, hey, that's unethical. So, but if I was allowed to do that, like if that was the standard, oh, I'd be crossing all kinds of cards over to my own brand because it helped my channel out to do that kind of trick. But yeah, so if I took that Gold Star Torchic, you guys want to see that Gold Star Torchic? He's so good looking. If I take this Gold Star Torchic, crack him out and put him into a Cardconomist slab and give him a Cardconomist 3, it looks so good, but now I can't sell it. You know what I'm saying? Because it will look unethical. It'll look like I'm just giving myself cards. Oh, he gave himself that grade. Look at him. He's selling his own grades. So I got to be careful with that perception. I don't want to be unethical. I can help you sell your cards on consignment if they graded Cardconomist grading. But we're going to go with very reasonable conservative prices. And I'm not going to be, grading a whole bunch of cards for myself to actually go out and sell. You've seen me sell a couple Cardconomist cards. Most of those are abandoned. The Weapon. Back when John was real busy with it, and he did pretty good, by the way. I can't complain about how good of a job John did with the encapsulations. He did pretty good. That's why he stuck around so long. And I used to have him encapsulate a round of like cheap cards. And then what I would do with them is I would toss them into like the Poke Shuffle for free. So I used to be able to do that. Isn't that nice? Can't do that anymore, sadly. All right. PSA built a really good brand for themselves, and it wasn't by accident or by luck. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things PSA did differently is they handed out easy 10s, ironically. They handed out easy 10s, and sellers were desperate for easy 10s. And the problem is CGC 10s are even easier than PSAs. I'm talking about the gem 10s. So CGC, when they did this was a decision they made like 2 years ago. When they did this, they lowered their standards too low. And in the long run, that has not played out for them. Our UNSC WASP. Oops. So CGC lowered their standard too low. This is basically like, sometimes this is a weak 10, but sometimes it's just a strong 9, and that's a problem. People don't trust it. So those go for like a fraction of the PSA price as a result of that. They go for more than a 9, but not as much as a 10. And then the pristine CGC 10s really ought to just be selling for about the price of a PSA 10, maybe more. I've seen CGC pristine 10s sell for more. But ever since PSA started grading harsher after their new cert number, I think they're about even to each other now. CGC pristine 10 or nothing. Yeah, the pristine 10s are pretty solid. I don't think you're going to have a lot of trouble selling them and a lot of trouble buying them. Well, of course, you're not going to have trouble buying them. Okay, here you go. Luke Glory, I see something in here. What do we got? You might have something. Luke Glory, Luke Glory. Oh, yes! That's Halo 3 Cortana. And she is out of 117, number 113. And then, ta-da! You got the Cortana Redemption chip. Oh, baby. Ooh, mama. Ooh, daddy. Look at that. How nice is that, everybody? You guys got to try these Halo Upper Deck packs sometime. They're so good. And let's see, where's the actual... Okay, so the number is hidden behind here. Okay, if you need me to scratch this up and send you a picture, we can do that like after the stream or something so you can redeem it. Do not redeem! Would you sell the Torch chip? Well, I'm saving him. He's part of my inventory. I have a vast inventory of slabs, and none of them are for sale at the same time. I just kind of pick and choose. But now the Torchic is sort of locked and loaded for a future break because we're going to need a new mega break down the road. We're like, this is a $4,000 mega break. Well, that Torchic might be about $4,400. I don't know. I'll have to decide when we get to that point. But he might not be the next mega break. But he's now in the inventory to become that. All right. Once again, that's for our good friend Luke Glory. That was a $250 order. Big order, guys. Here's that jumbo pack break with Miss Beatrice in it. So, Luke, I got to find your bag now. How do you guys like those cards? Those Halo cards are pretty meaningful because, yeah, Halo's still a strong brand, and you never know when Xbox is going to pull a feather out of its cap and do something crazy or wild or very successful with it. They're currently porting the game over to PlayStation for the first time, and I think that makes it sort of like, it makes it more of a cross-platform brand, which is not a bad thing. That's a good thing to be able to sell it on the PlayStation, to be able to sell it on the Xbox, and perhaps to sell it on, you know, the Switch one day too. Obviously, it's for sale on the computer as well. Did you need a new bag? Did he say new bag? He might need a new bag. I'm going to make him a new bag. I sold a common Master Chief PSA 10 for 150. Damn, bro. A common Master Chief for 150, guys. Yeah, so these niche sets sometimes are not really worked on very hard by anybody, and it's just a opportunity for people who want to gamble on grading and flipping. Sounds like the gamble went your way. But I've been enjoying this product for a while, and it sells well, and those are some of the signs. The PSA 9s are so hard to break even with. Oh, yeah, so you gotta hit those 10s. I hear you, man. Yeah, I run into that problem with a lot of sets, especially these square cut card sets. It's so hard. All right, what do we got? So we've got Snorlax. By the way, this is a gym break. We need one more person in there. Jade's in there. We need one more. $20. Look at that Snorlax right there. Isn't he nice? Here's a Lugia for 40 bucks. He needs to be repriced. Weavile, he's $120. He's been repriced. I should just send him to PSA in the vault. Here's Umbreon. He's been repriced at $40. He's really nice. And Team Rocket Zapdos has been repriced. Take a look at those cool slabs there, guys. Great slabs in front of your eyes. What else we got? What's going on tonight? We're talking a little bit about the grading companies. Mr. Shahir is next. Wait, let me make sure we didn't... Yeah, you're next. Mr. Shahir, he's in here. He's got a big order. Pokemon Prismatic Evolutions, 24 packs. Jesus, bro. Okay, so 24. That's going to trigger... No, I'm not going to restock it this time. I'm actually just going to take the money this time. Because we need some money after we pay my side. All right. I know that took a minute, but we had to get a lot of them. I really ought to have Miss Alexis just get all these open beforehand and then throw all the trash away. How is Prismatic doing, by the way? I gotta know. Prismatic is way too good. They do have very clear plastic. Tack looks way better than PSA. Oh, there's no doubt. It's a very good looking set. There's no doubt. Yeah, it looks fantastic. Prismatic. How long do you think they'll be shipping these? Or not shipping, printing these? I think they'll be printing these forever and ever. Jesus, what the hell? Some of these are priced terribly. Let's see. Yes, I like Tax Holder. I don't think it's going to hold the same value. Who's not going to hold the same value? Joe Mama? Do 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 do. If you just excuse me, I'm looking at stuff. I'm trying to understand this product right now. Do, do, do. All right, so it's a tricky time to be buying Prismatic. I was just curious about our price and the price on the market. Sorry about that. I know that took a while. Let's take a look at this order again. We're just getting all prepped. 24 packs, you say. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There we go. This is a pretty large Shahir order, everybody. You watching? He's about to pull some stuff. Definitely some stuff. Some stuff. Didn't say you were done. Didn't you say you were done, says Javier? Oh, you talking to him? About opening Prismatic. This is such a great set. Okay, snipping these. I did, but I think it's been a bit since an SIR came out. Nice. Hopefully an SIR pops right out here. I just bought a restock on Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals, one of my favorites, man. I love that set. I bought booster bundle of Destined Rivals. You're about to test the pull rates. Oh, we know the pull rates. We know a thing or two about the pull rates. They're devastating. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Because it was you that got the last SIRs. Snipping this. Snipping this. All right. Go ahead and toss all these out. All right, here goes. We got some hollows. Good luck, man. Pack number 2. Something right here. You got Airy. What? She's a hit. Sort of. I'll hit her if she backsasses me. Here's Fezandipity. Here's Badu Screamtail. I'm not a violent person, guys. Here's a little Umbreon. We got a little Pyroar. Honestly, the Maximum Belt is about as worthless as a holo card, and this holo card is actually like a hit. That's English Umbreon. He's a hit. All right, so he deserves to be in that box, that round, that pile. Okay. I'm tired of pretending that anybody loves those trainer cards. Virtually no one does. Bronzor, Spritzy, Ogre-Pon. He's kind of the same. He could go in here. Here it is. But at least he's a Pokemon? I don't know. Here's Dunsparce. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. If PSA wasn't good, you wouldn't have went through that guy's bag looking for 10 grades for PSA and kept saying not going to be a 10, not going to be a 10. Here we are. I don't really know what you mean by that. Here we are. You mean like with tag? Here's Duraludon. That was a tag round. Here's Hippopotas. PSA is a little more forgiving on the back of the card with the off-centering. And if that's the reason that they're the better company, it's just sort of like, I guess, bro. Fezandipity. Oh, yeah. Here's Hippopotas, Sylveon. Here's Eevee, Floodamane. The mane with the flutter. Ooh. All right, there's an Eevee. So far, so bad. Good luck. Here's, just takes one pack with the right hit in it. That's all it takes. Takes one pack, Mr. Shahir. One God Pack, one Umbreon, one SIR Espeon, one SIR Sylveon. Here we have some hollows. Professor's Research. Oh, baby. If PSA wasn't good. Woo! All right, so here's Pinsir Flareon. Here's Rescue Board. Oh, yeah. Hitting gold. That's Mela. Now you have 2 trainer cards. That's what this set does. They don't hand out SIRs. They hand out trainers. Here we are. Oh, my God, bro. So here's Professor's Research. It's a Professor's. You even gave the guy a deal and gave him discount because he sent for tag, and you said you would cover the difference and send them to PSA. I'm not sure what that means. Here's Archulodon. There we go. Yeah, he ordered 10 tag grades. And he's a very big buyer. So I wanted to help him get some nice 10s. And so all I did was pick through his stuff. And I try to lean toward cards that look like they would genuinely have a shot at a 10. So that's what we did there. It wasn't like a PSA versus tag grading trick or something. I don't know what you mean. It is. Okay, we got Mumbreon, and here's Shaman. All right, 2 packs left, everybody. 2 packs left. Do you believe? Do you have faith? Here it goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And last pack. Ooh. Woo! Larry's skill coming in hot. Larry's skill. So instead of pulling any SIRs, you pull 3 trainers. I don't know why this set does that. This set says, you want a Pokemon? Too bad. You get Larry's skill. That's rough. Yeah, it's pretty rough, actually. Here, let's pull this together. That's part of the game. That is definitely the game when it comes to Prismatic. This is why Prismatic remains expensive when it comes to the hits. The hits have not really lost value over time. Usually you see them lose value because all of them get graded and then everyone's got one. So check it out. Here's what he actually pulled. 3 trainers. Is that on purpose? Are you punking us, Pokemon? I don't get it, man. This is a tough-ass set, dude. He got 3 trainers. Larry, Skill, Mela, Airy. When you see these come out, it's almost like you can assume there should have been an SIR there, and they said, nah, give him Mela. You know how many Melas and Aries I've pulled? Damn, bro, it's tough, man. Even this professor's research is so stinky. The Eevee's decent. Duraludon, stinky. Umbreon, any of the Umbreon hollows are decent. You can make a little bit of money selling those. I don't know. What do you guys think on that? What's your take on that, everybody? Let me give you a free card, okay? That's a round of tough cards. I'm gonna give him a free card or 2. So who's going to hop in and grab that upcoming SIR? Yeah, I know, right? So let's give you a card. How about Chandelur's cool. This guy's cool. This guy's cool. I'll give you a couple of these poker cards for free, okay? Just be cool about it. There's N as a joker. All right. So there are some free poker cards coming in with your round. My God, bro. Sent for another round. Oh, dear God. Okay. Sounds good. Here's the Hydreigon. He said, you know what we need to do? We need to double down. All right. Ba-dooby-dooby-doo. Ba-dooby-dooby-doo. I hope it works out. I really do, because I've seen you pull SIRs before. It's just never the Umbreon SIR. So in a way, if you think about it, you're so close. Like, you actually get close enough. Okay, so this box is full. You get close enough that you're pulling SIRs, but it's just not the one that you want. Man, it's tough. It's tough out there. But, you know, Sylveon and Espeon are both good pulls, too. Roaring Moon's decent. The centering matters, too. So whatever you pull, if you pull a nice, well-centered one, that helps a lot. Always double down. Triple down is when it starts to get iffy. Oh, yeah? Funny part is if you grade those poker cards, most likely to get a 10. Yeah, those XY poker cards are in such great condition. All right, I'll have to set this here for the moment. And let's check the rest of the queue. Let's see if anything crazy is going on. Because I'd like to just get right to your next order. Because it sounds like you ordered a lot more of these. All right. We did get a big Diane Bailey order, 6 Phantasmal Flames, and a box of Mega Dreams. So let me take care of her order. I'm not going to make her wait too long on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop, 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 boop. And a box of the Mega Dream. Hey, how's it going, Miss Diane? All right, look at all those Mega Dreams. I'm having a Mega Dream. All right. Wait, is this the Japanese one or is this the Korean one? That looks kind of Japanese. Ah, this is the Korean one. Okay, so we've got a Japanese one, but we also have the Korean one. Here, let's go ahead and just snip it up. Let's get it open. The Japanese box of Mega Dream costs half half as much as the Japanese one. It's a lot of fun. Give it a try. Hey, how's it going, Miss Diane? There he goes. I have to admit, it's funny how you protect your cards. Most people have all their cards in top loaders, and you don't. Oh, yeah. I get tons of 10s. I get black labels. People, they overprotect. That's what they do. They just waste the money on plastic. You know what I do? I save that money for more cards. There you are. So you could spend all your money on plastic. I buy more cardboard. I get more cards. Ready? And what I do is I just put the cards in the bag, and then I put the fries in the bag, and then I put them in a nice, safe place, and I don't mess with them too much. So they're fine. They're in penny sleeves anyways. Here we are. Here we are. Ooh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-be-do-be-do-be-do. Here's... Hey, that's pretty cool. I like this Duraludon reverse. Too bad he's way off center. Oof. Here's Empoleon. Yeah, that Duraludon, if he could grade 10, he's a cool Shinji Kanda drawing, and that guy's drawings sometimes do well. Here's a Viper. He made a recent one, like the Talonflame and Nihil Zero, but I don't know. It doesn't look like as good as his usual drawings. It looks kind of simple. Oricorio. Okay, here's a Zekian. How much money packs have those scissors cuts? Man, I don't even know, dude. Probably a couple $1 million. Probably a couple million over time. Here's Sharpedo. 7 years. It all adds up. And here's Lotad. All right, we got cute little Lotad. Probably a couple million is the honest answer. There we go. There we go. Mr. Candy Babe sent in for the Xerneas. Candy Babe? I can't even see her name. Let me go ahead and get into live messages. It's Candy Babe. Mistress never sees my messages. I have to go into all messages to see your messages for some reason. They must think that the name Candy is like offensive or something. I don't know. There you go. They think Candy is like your stripper name or something. This YouTube AI is like, this can't be a real name. There's no way. There it goes. Hello, my name is Candy. Holy cannoli, haven't seen a stream in a year. What's up, Tom the Slab? We're still going, Tom. Glad to see you stopping in. So here's a little poo-poo-choo. All right. You got the ends pills, the pee-pee pills. Ends Viagra. Here's Latios. Here's Latios. Here's some of these. Oh, Zekrom. And Zekrom's a good AR in this set. There's a couple ARs that are better than the rest. The Zekrom is clearly one of them. I would be looking out for that one, the Mimikyu, and the Psyduck probably. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, it's just one of these. Here's Mag Cargo. Blurg. Mag Cargo's okay. Here's Helioptile. Heliolisk. Hey, mister, out of all your investments, which one are you most proud of given the return it produced? Well, I mean, there's cards that I've purchased and held that I'm proud that I didn't sell even under pressure. And the return has not been realized because it hasn't been sold. We are. We could say in theory what it's worth. We are. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. All right. And Rayquaza with his little gummies. Look at that guy. Isn't he cute? He's got his little gummies and yum, 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 yum. Notice that? He doesn't have sharp teeth. He just got gummies. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, my gosh. I thought your box was a cold box. You got Grimmsnarl Alt right there. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. All right. Not bad, Diane. Given the return in theory, there has to be one that stands out. Well, I mean, you'd be surprised. They're all pretty good. I think one of them, some of them have special stories to them. And so when I show off my collection, I tend to talk about the ones with the most special stories. Like, for example, the Southern Island Mew. That one has a very special story. Look at this. Rayquaza and Reshiram. That's a good box. You got a good box for sure. And you got some Holos, some Halos. I think I might create a fresh bag for you. Zacian and Empoleon. All right. Not as lucky in the Phantasmal Flames. Okay, fresh baggy. Okay. Diane's been going deep. His pony boxes. Yeah, actually, the My Little Pony boxes went up times like 12 or something like that. I bought them for like almost nothing back in the day. And when I bought them, I said, well, this costs almost nothing to take a gamble on. And I remembered the insanity of the brony time period when I was trying to go to college and I was selling graphic t-shirts online, and brony t-shirts made the most money. So I never forgot that. So that was a times 12. That was pretty good. I still have those. I haven't actually sold through those pony boxes. I'm just sitting on them still. Here's a Snorlax. Look how great he looks. Classic collection Snorlax. That guy needs a reprice. He might be under or overpriced. And this guy's ready to go, though. The Mimikyu is ready to go. Now, again, there's been all kinds of cards. Like this one was purchased for just $800. He's $5,000 now. But let's see. No, not this one. One of them has an especially good story, and it's the Southern Island Mew. Is it over here? Ah, here it is. People want to see the same good cards over and over, it feels. This card, I bought direct from a guy on Instagram, and the card normally would be listed for like $20,000. I only ever saw him for $20,000, and he listed it on eBay for $7,000. And then I negotiated it down to $5,000 in a direct purchase on Instagram. Now, I didn't understand why he was selling it for so cheap. I was like, dang, dude, that's way too cheap. Like, look, this is like the holy grail of Mew cards. Pop 20 Mew, and there's not a lot to compare this to. Like the shiny Mew from Koro Koro magazine, that's actually pretty high pop. This guy's pop 20. This is like, it's in the realm of like the Gold Star Mew, basically. This is holy grail stuff. A lot of people remember this from their childhood. I remember it. I owned one. And a lot of 9s, almost no 10s. So I buy it, and then my audience tells me, oh, well, we know why you got it so cheap. The cert was deactivated. So PSA had deactivated the certification because it was wondering if it was a real or a fake card. Due to its certification number being close to some other certification numbers of cards that were being sold like on a fake market or something like that. I didn't quite understand all the details of it. I was devastated. I thought I was down $5,000. I was worried I was going to send it into PSA. They were going to say it wasn't a 10. And so I just got really depressed about it. I put it to the side. It was a problem card. And the guy, of course, would not respond to me. He's nowhere to be found. A year later, or maybe 2 years later, I don't know how much time passes, I contact PSA again, and they're like, oh, yeah, that Mew, send it into us. They give me all this legal stuff. They're like, if it's fake, we're not going to pay you back for it. If it's fake, we're going to give you, like, basically, they're going to give me, like, lawyer paperwork to give to the guy I bought it from if it turned out to be fake. So I sent it into them, and they test it, and it's totally real. So it was only an uncertainty whether it was real or not when PSA deactivated the code. Because, again, it was being sold on like a market that they didn't like. So they had deactivated it along with some others. But I mailed it into them. They tested it. It was 100% authentic. It was an authentic Mew. It kept the 10. Actually, that was another tricky thing. So they had the option to the next thing they told me is they had the option to downgrade it to a 9 if they don't believe it should be a 10. And so they said if it gets downgraded, they were going to pay me the difference. And guess what? Not only did they find it was real, they also found that it deserved the 10. How cool is that? And now this card, who knows what it's worth? It could be like a $40,000 Mew in the current market. I don't know. I don't think you can even find one for sale. So that's my story on this Mew. It's a very special card to me now. And it reminds me of my childhood a lot because I used to own one of those before I left home. So that is a good story. It was very scary sending that in. They warned me we can downgrade it. We can decide if it's real or not. And they said it's real and it's keeping the 10. How cool is that? Okay, long story. Sorry about that, Mr. Shahir. Let me jump back over here. How much is that in a 10? Well, it did sell for 25, I think. But that was like back in 2025. It sold for like 25 a while back. And I don't think there's any recent sales. So he's going back in for 24 packs. Damn, that's a lot of packs. Okay, so you know what I got to do? I got to go open some boxes of Prismatic. I got to go open 2 more of those boxes to get all the packs out. I'll be back. Just like last time, I'll be right back, okay? All right, here we are. Got it. Whew. Yeah, my theory is the guy who sold it to me, he bought it and he found that the cert was deactivated. And he probably got scared and he sold it as fast as he could. He was playing hot potato, and that was a dumb move on his part. He should have worked with PSA and gotten it fixed. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, there you have it. These are left over. It's got to be one of the best looking Mews in the hobby, too. That's what's cool about it. So nostalgic, but also the design's just really cool. The cosmic pattern, reverse hollow cosmic pattern, is so nice. And it's got like a rainbow on it. It's got Charizard on it. There's a lot going on in the image. And the whole Southern Island collection is super fun because it's one giant postcard, right? To take a look at that. Big swirl right there. Charizard, multiple rainbows. There's a little Pidgeot on the side. And then just Mew looking great in there. Very nostalgic. Do you have the Gold Star Mew? No. Unfortunately, I didn't buy as many Gold Stars as I could have. I guess partly because I didn't expect them to explode the way they did. You got to think about it this way. Gold Stars were always already very expensive in their time periods. So they were never really cheap. And the top performing investments included stuff like just sealed boxes of Evolving Skies. So you had to debate with yourself, do I take on more slabs or do I take on more boxes? And it's a gamble because you don't know which one's going to do better. So I bought a couple of Gold Stars. I knew I had to have the Charizard. I was like, I got to have that Charizard. And I should have probably bought a Rayquaza. There was a Rayquaza that got as cheap as like 27,000, which was ridiculously high at that time. But I had the means to snatch him, and I didn't because I was like, nah, I don't even like Rayquaza. And then, man, I could have gone deeper to try and win a Torchic in auction. I bid 35 on a Torchic, and then I quit after 35. I didn't go any further. And that was on the PWCC website. Yeah, it was a crazy night. I was laying in bed with my wife. We were watching Squid Game 1, and I remember feeling clammy while I bid it up to 35. I was like, it's a lot of money, you know? It's like all my money. It's all my business money. Of course, I could have done more, but I was like, I don't want to tap into any other money. And, no, I was scary, dude. And then I lost anyways. I don't remember what it sold for. I think it sold for like 40 or something, but I lost. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't even want that card. That's how I felt about it. I was like, I didn't even want that card. Gold Star Torchic, which I didn't. I mean, again, I'm not a Torchic fan. That's a big part of the problem is I've never really cared for Torchic and Blaziken. They're not my favorites. So it's hard to spend so much money on that set. But what I was trying to do, I was trying to finish the Rocket Returns collection. That's my interest in him. I wanted a Rocket Returns collection. I am a big fan of Rocket. All right, Mr. Shahir. Let's get him a nice little pull. Mr. sold me a Southern Island Mew PSA 9 with the double swirl. Did I really? That's so cool, man. I bet it's doing really well. I sold a bunch of those Mews for like, I don't remember, it was like 600-ish, I want to say. Was it 600-ish I was selling them? Might have been like 400 to 600. And everyone who bought them probably did really well on them over time. I bet they're like $1,000 card. Super well. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And that's because I was saying this at the time. Oh my God, look, we pulled Atticus. Bruh. 390. And at the time, people were kind of scoffing at that. If I recall correctly, there was some criticism because I think that was like a red label price, wasn't it? So that was a little more than what I paid for it. And, well, that's the nature of a card business. I can't break even. I got to sell it for a little bit of profit, right? And, but I was talking about my theory back then. I was saying since the 10 is so exceptionally rare, the 9s have to go up because you're just not going to have, a 10 of this card. You're going to have a 9. Everyone's going to have a 9. And the 9s are going to go up in price similar to a 10. That was my theory back then. I don't know what the card sells for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's going for over 1,000. Grammy Award-winning Atticus Ross? I wonder how much of Nine Inch Nails' music was just Atticus Ross. I do. Here's Perfect. When are you going to go make some Grammy Award-winning music, Mr. Mike? So we got to get you making some music. Let's see. Here's a Rescue Board. Here's Seeking Groudon. Ooh. 390 because of the double swirl. You had another at 375. Oh, you paid a whole $15 more for the double swirl. I bet that was a very good investment. Because well, $15 is nothing on Pokemon cards these days, right? So yeah, getting that double swirl. Oh my gosh. Where are the hits? Oh, what do we have? What do we have? Oh, my Lord! It's Amarys. So you've got Atticus, and Amarys. Oh, okay. Got some gold. Gold's not bad. Yes! Golden Pikachu. You got something, bro. That definitely helps a little bit. Oh, yeah. Not looking too bad on the back. Okay, Golden Pikachu, everybody. This is hard to watch. Never mind. Yes! Now, we're not done. We're not done. By the way, yeah, if you guys are having a good time, don't forget, we go live like this pretty much every night, except for Sundays now. So you got to show up to these streams and hang out with us sometime. Here's Umbreon. Just pop in, say hi. We usually do a giveaway or more. That's a nice card, believe it or not. Anything Umbreon. Okay. We've got Carmine. All right, the Pikachu has revitalized me slightly because I know he's worth a little bit, but we got to get more than just Pikachu. We just get one SIR, which is a double whammy. So this round is a double whammy if we get one SIR. Where's the SIR? They're rare. They're hard to pull. They just don't show up all the time. Subscribe, turn on post notifications to see when he goes live. We have you guys. One is at $15.25 in auction. The PSA 9 Mew, that's like ×5, man. Isn't that insane? Ooh, Pyroar Master Ball. But yeah, going back to it, you know, I was selling those cards for more than I paid for them, and some people noticed that, and they were like mad at me for it. And look at us now. We're doing fine, man. Everyone's doing fine. I feel like what I had done, ooh, double Master Ball. Look at that. I feel like what I had done, I feel like I had curated really nice cards. I curated some really nice cards to acquire. There it is. And I still, to this day, I still kind of consider that a part of my job is we got to host some nice clean breaks with cards that'll go up in price over time, you know. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. See, mom, bro. All right, 2 packs left. Oh. That's just the Diplin. The sparkling crystal gets you excited because you think you pulled something, but it's just sparkling crystal, I guess. There has been movement in the Bitcoin account. Yeah, what's Bitcoin doing? I saw it fell back down to 68. You also sold me a Masaki 4 for 350. Oh, anything Gengar has exploded as well. Yeah, that's good too. Oh my God, dude. No! Oh, it's just suffering all day, Mr. Shahir. Supposedly, they paid the kidnappers ransom. Wow. How much was he asking? All right, let's review these treacherous prismatic cards. BTC looking weak. I bet we test 62 again. Team Z has set him out. So, Master Ball Pyroar with good centering. Master Ball Bronzor. This guy's also got good centering. Professor's Research, Carmine, a little Umbreon EX, Iron Thorns. Pikachu is a solid hit. So he's a solid hit. I don't know what he goes for now. Maybe 100 as a 10. He's always going to have some value. I mean, he's golden and he's Pikachu. So he's going to always have some value. But he's not an SIR. All right, and then we got Archulodon and Atticus and Amorous. Wow. It's sort of consistent. I mean, look, he pulled 3 trainers last time. This time he pulls 2 trainers and a Pikachu. I'm telling you, these cards right here replace actual Pokemon in the set. I feel like, I don't know if Pokemon did that on purpose. I wonder if we're dealing again with like people at the printing press who are like stealing them. You know, I gotta wonder, because I don't know if they fixed the flaw that allowed the first guy to take so many Umbreons out of Evolving Skies. But no, maybe it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Well, you got all the trainers. Actually, I think you're missing one. I think you're missing the black lady with the white hair. So, yeah, I mean, she might be next. What was her name? Her name's like Rappin or something. I don't remember. I don't remember any of these guys' names. Wow, dude. That's rough. But here is Pikachu. 310 on the Pikachu. Oh, God, I hope that's true, because that would make this not as dangerous of a round if that's true. I am hoping that that's accurate. All right. So also what this means, we got to get Mr. Shahir into the bounty. I might have to give you a couple bonus spots on that bounty, man, because that's the biggest order of the day by far. BTC in consolidation between 71 and 68. I think one of the big risks with Bitcoin right now is the narrative. So I think that the battleground is not in some sort of pattern. Oh, the pattern's holding. It's the narrative. Is Bitcoin digital gold? Is it a hedge against inflation? Is it useful for transacting? Or is it really just gambling coin? Is it BitConnect? You know what I mean? Is it gambling coin? So I think that that's the big problem for Bitcoin right now. All right, let's see. Tyranitar Clayburst. You know, I feel like the stuff that came out where it seemed like Jeffrey Epstein maybe knew the software engineers who worked on Bitcoin, I don't think that helped either. I think that anything that guy touches is instantly in trouble. So this card gets a little cheaper. The Cabal needs BTC for the digital finance. Yeah, that guy, he's hurting a lot of people's branding right now. A lot of politicians, a lot of movie stars, even the Jews in general. He used the word goyim so much. He said all these nasty things. And then yeah, I know the Bitcoin developers. I gave them a bunch of money. You know, so it's like, you you don't want to be associated with that guy. He's like some kind of demon out of hell or something. Miss Candy Vargas going in on the Xerneas battle. Yes, yes, ma'am. Let's go grab it. I was going to say yes, Miss Candy Vargas, but I didn't think that was going to sound right. Yeah, last sold is 300 in Pikachu, so that helps a bit if it grades well. Okay, we're hoping you get a 10 on that Pikachu, because that means that your second round pretty easily breaks even, because you also pulled 2 Master Balls, and of course you got your hollows and all that. The first round is tough. The second round is a potentially break-even round. There we go. Invest in the TCC coin. We go into the moon. If we did have Cardconomist coin, we would have gone to the moon, but I don't have Cardconomist coin. I would have never rug pulled, or at least I would have warned you all that I'm rug pulling. I would have said, I'm probably going to rug pull everybody. All right, so Mr. Jade, are you still here? Mr. Jade, yeah, he's here. Okay, Jade and Miss Candy, here goes. This is called a gym break. It's just a 2-person break. It's a small affair, and it's a little bit of fun. Let's see what happens. I got one more round of me, then that's it. Woof. That's a lot, man. All right, all right. We would have done Cardconomist coin, and anyone who owns Cardconomist coin automatically gets free Pokemon. Here we are. I actually did make an NFT. I don't know how to access it anymore. Back when NFTs were a thing, Karis actually designed a Cardconomist NFT. She paid for it and everything, and then we never sold it. All right, you ready? I don't even know how to access it anymore. There is a Mewtwo. We were just like playing around, practicing. And Articuno. So he has 280 HP. Mewtwo wins. Okay, second round. Oh, Ditto can't lose. Ditto's always a tie. Oh, that's so funny. The strongest card versus Ditto. Ditto transforms. We have a tie now. Okay, now we have Clamperl. Oh, no. Versus Raticate. Raticate wins. So now we have a tie. Each side has one win. Last round. Oh, an energy card. Oh, you're not going to beat Skeledirge, though. Oh, unless you pull Switch. You need Switch? You need Switch or you need Computer Search might save you. I'm not sure if it will. But it's Cerulege. All right, there goes. It goes to Candy Vargas. It was a close fight. Miss Candy pulls the card. Which people, Mr. Rust? The Cabal? Including full ban from the USA. The market is based on rug pulls. It also knows as liquidity. Yeah, exactly. I was saying that to people. You don't make money with crypto unless somebody gets rug pulled. Somebody else has to lose. That's why I call it gamble coin. Somebody else. I mean, you can make a little bit of interest if you stake coins. Although I don't know if crypto, if Bitcoin, I don't think Bitcoin generally gets staked. So you can make a little bit of money staking crypto. Not a lot. Like, you could do that with a lot of markets, by the way. You could do that even with bonds. But sometimes crypto has a better return rate than a bond. You could do that even with, like, a high-interest savings account. Like, for example, Robinhood was giving me 4% for a while. And I don't know what I get now. I think I get, like, 3.7 or something like that. So you don't need to stake crypto to make an interest rate, a low interest rate on your money. But the reason people stake that crypto is because they're assuming it's going to shoot up to the moon as well at the same time. So that's the goal. But again, that's the gamble. That's the gamble. At that point, it's gamble coin. And then you need to pull out to secure your winning. The first person who pulls out at the peak wins, and the last person to pull out before the bottom loses. So it's sort of like a little game like poker. All right, let me hit refresh. Like Mr. said, the creator of the coin is the true winner. Oh, yeah, the issuer always wins. The issuer wins every time. Here's Mr. Edgar Gonzalez. One spot in the Sandstorm. Oh, yeah. We got Sandstorm pack split, guys. It's a big deal, actually. Chance for an Umbreon reverse holo. It is a pricey pack to break, but I'm surprised, actually, at how affordable it is. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we look at the coins and we go, oh, I could make money in that. Somebody is making money in it, the issuer. That was like that story with the golden Easter egg, Easter coins that I never forgot from being a child. And people looked at it as an opportunity to trade. But the issuer of the coin was the one who was really promoting it and making tons of money off of it. Here's that pack split. Like a hype man, like BitConnect man. Whoa, look at those beautiful cards and those beautiful slabs. I think we need a new gym break, don't we? We need a new gym break. How about this Tyranitar? He seems pretty well suited for a gym break. Any day is a day for grilling. You know who really wins? Men who grill on a beautiful day. Grilling's okay. I feel like grilling burns the food a bit. You know, you get that like fiery, you either get charcoal or you get the clean burn of propane. But But no, I mean, you know, you put your burgers on this like greasy, dirty ass rack unless you clean the rack, and then typically you're just burning the food. That's where that char flavor comes from, and that's not a flavor that I value that much. Isn't that interesting? So I don't go nuts for the burn flavor. Actually, I had a specialty ramen in St. Louis. It was $30 for a bowl. And the very first thing I tasted in the soup broth, it appeared to be burnt garlic. Because I've done that before. I burned garlic on purpose. And I've learned about that technique for cooking. So I tasted the ramen broth and I said, oh, that's burnt garlic. And I'm just not a fan. It's a distinctive flavor. They do that sometimes with making salsa too. They'll burn the peppers and the tomatoes before they blend them up. Very interesting. So there's a burn flavor. It's one of those seasonings you can add to your food. The flavor burn. Of course, I think that's associated with cancer now, right? We know that now. That the stuff you burn, it ends up being a carcinogen. Your body doesn't want to. It causes inflammation in your body during digestion. But that doesn't even matter to me. That the bad part of the food isn't the real problem for me. I just never liked the taste of burnt stuff. I like it raw. I like sushi. Give me some raw food. I'm like Golem. The loss of support that the news has tried to burn into your head for decades. Sad about the lies that led to World War II. Okay, wait a second. There's more to that. Mr. Russ says, Netanyahu is panicking because even though they have bought and run all the news but part of X and some podcasts, that they still can't stop the truth from coming out and the loss of support. I do think that Israel has a branding problem, and I'm curious what they do about it, and they'll probably do something about it. They'll probably try to improve their brand. I think every group of humans has a brand, and they work on it. And humans are supposed to do good things and generally be accepted as good people, you know. Mr. Like Liver King, that's right, I'm like Liver King. Next up, we have Mr. Shahir, round number 3, 24 packs of Prismatic Evolution. So I'll be right back. I have to get 24 packs of those once again. Okay? You're going to trigger a buyback now. I got to buy more of them. I have an insane, epic trash pile from these. My wife never cleans them, and I never clean them. So it's like a mountain, and I just toss more crap on that mountain. It's huge. So we got 1, 2, 3. We need to hire like a maid or something to help us with the boxes. No, wait a second. You get the other ones first. That's the rules. Got to go in order. So you get these right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, going deep. Deep as hell, man. People are learning, but just not fast enough. It's so crazy that you have lots of people saying there's no way. What? I'm hearing Mr. doesn't have the patience to grill. Now, I've grilled before. My dad loved to grill. He was a foodie, and I'm kind of a foodie as well. And he loved to grill, and I just don't. I just don't like it as much. I don't like the flavor of the food that you get. I really don't like barbecue sauce, if you didn't know that. That is a flavor I don't enjoy, so I rarely eat it. Very rare. Here we are. No barbecue sauce for me. Sort of like a sweet vinegary flavor, and a vinegar can be good with like olives and pickles, but not with like whatever they're putting in there, like a fake smoky flavor and sugar, like tons of sugar. I don't like sweet. I like when I'm having like a protein, I like it to be salty and peppery. I like soy sauce. I like sriracha. Sriracha is a little bit sweet. I like, I like all the Asian flavors. Here we are. No barbecue. Whoa, this pack's kind of it's kind of a weird pack. Tell you what, why don't you take this one for free? Okay. Well, we'll find out how well it looks on the inside. It might be perfectly fine. I've had packs that look wonky and are just fine. Bro, you don't like barbecue sauce? Unsubscribe. I hate to say it, but it's true. Barbecue sauce ranks low for me. No barbecue sauce. I like Cajun. I like spicy, peppery flavors. I even like gross flavors, like stinky fish. Like, sometimes I would just eat anchovies and anchovy paste on things just to taste the anchovy flavor. The salty, briny, fishy, dead animal flavor. It's like a dead animal flavor. I don't know how to describe it. It's like stinky pussy flavor or something. And that's why I like oysters. That's why I like mussels. That's why I like clam. That's why I like shrimp. Shrimp has a shrimpy flavor, right? So I like the sort of the gag reflex smell flavor. But I like that, and I like pepper, and I like just spicy flavors. Love them. Actually, there's another flavor I don't like. I don't like cumin. They use a lot of cumin in Indian cooking, and sometimes it's good. Actually, cumin works with lentils, but not a huge cumin flavor lover, and then also not a huge barbecue flavor lover. Ready? I don't like animals or sea creatures. Do you like papaya? People usually have papaya, but I love it. I've seen papaya. That's a fruit, right? But I've never actually eaten that. Here goes Shahir. Let's see what's going on here, Shahir. So we've got roto stick. Okay. Salmon is good. I don't know. Salmon's kind of plain. Salmon's pretty plain. Now look, here's that goofy looking pack. Let's see what's going on with this. Look at that. The card inside's actually perfectly fine. That's what I thought. All right, and you do pick up an Umbreon from this pack, so it's also a good pack. Oh my gosh, mister doesn't like human sauce. Now, barbecue sauce, man, it's like vinegar and molasses, and it's just not for me. All right, what do we got? Like, I can have it, but I just don't love it, you know what I mean? Plus, all that barbecue food tends to be, like, sloppy, and it tends to be fatty. Some of my favorite cuts of meat tend to be super, super, super lean. I actually don't, like when I eat the bacon, I hate the fat on the bacon. That's why I prefer ham. Ham's way better. Ham's like 10 times better. I don't like goopy food. Here's Espeon. Ooh, that's why I don't like bananas, bro. Bananas are too goopy. So I like crunchy and firm foods. Here's Dunsparce, Jolteon. Papaya seeds are also medicine. Oh, cool. Papaya seeds, huh? Okay, so we've made it into the round so far. We've got a Holo Umbreon. We've got a Pokeball Espeon. Here's Dunsparce. Ooh. Okay. Look up Sushi Bake. Best way to eat salmon. I'll look up a Sushi Bake. Actually, one thing I really like is just a nice sticky rice with lots of seaweed. That's one of my favorite flavors. One of the reasons why I like sushi so much isn't the raw fish, it's the seaweed. Some weird flavor combination occurs between seaweed and rice, and I can't get enough of it. It's like one of the best flavors there is. Seaweed with rice. If it was just rice, boring. I can eat just plain seaweed, too. I actually enjoy that. So I'll sometimes just buy a whole bunch of toasted seaweed. You guys ever munch on that? Wow, now that's a clean-looking Umbreon. Let's flip it around. Maybe. That's close. See if the corners aren't perfect. Now, bacon slander, I subscribe just to unsubscribe. Well, I don't hate bacon. Bacon, obviously, it's very hearty meat, although they're saying it's pretty bad for you. But the part of the bacon that I enjoy is the firm protein part, right? And the part of the bacon I really don't like is the fat. I can't stand the fat on bacon. So I don't hate bacon. I just like the parts of it that taste like ham. And then ham's a real weakness for me. I can eat a whole loaf of ham in like one sitting. I love ham because there's no fat in it. That's the part that's yucky. There it is. I'm the same way with steak. When I get a steak, the first thing I do is trim all the fat off the steak. I hate it. And it's not like I'm skinny or anything. I'm out of shape. I eat a ton of food. I love good tasting food. Yeah, I'm pretty chubby, but I just don't eat the fat part. So I eat plenty of calories, but I don't eat the fat part. Here's Flareon. I just don't like it. All right, what we got here? You know, one of the things I like about shrimp and I like about crab, they have zero fat on them. They're like pure protein. So when you bite into that shrimp, it's just a pure piece of protein. When you bite into the crab leg, there's no fat at all. That's the best part. Same with like lobster. The fat is an acquired taste. Yeah, it's kind of like eating butter, right? Oh my God, look at this. You got them all, Mr. Shahir. I was just talking about her. I said the black lady with the white hair. I say she's one of the only trainers you haven't pulled. Her name's Time. All right, there you go. Oh my God, dude. What is this set doing, bro? Please, just give us an SIR already. Here's Slow King. Oh, yes, that's what we're looking for, Slow King. Sometimes I miss certain meats. Good, clean beef. I would eat bison. You called it. That's one of the ones he didn't have, so there's still time to pull an SIR. Here's Archelodon. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Okay, we got a little Taiwanese towel. All right. Sometimes I miss certain meats. Good, clean beef. I would eat bison. Here's Techno Radar. Here's Habanberry, Ogre Pond. And what do we have here? Bezandipity Noibat Jolteon. Oh my God. Sylveon Execute Vaporeon. One pack left. This is it. This is the pack. When Prismatic says no, you take no for an answer. Wow, there it is. All right. Prismatic Pain, dude. Traumatic Evolutions. This is exactly what we've come to expect from this set. This set is just horrible. It's really tough. I think I might go find some promos for you. If you like, I'm going to give you some bonus pulls, some promos. I can't believe he pulled the Time Lady, too, because that was one of the only trainers he didn't have, and he actually pulled it. Tyranitar, Slow King, Time, Umbreon, Festival Grounds, Dun Sparse, Espeon, Slow King, Umbreon, Rotostick. I feel like that was the hardest round yet. So let me get you some promos. I'll be right back. The promos will help. I'm going to get him some promos from the other room. All right. Anything else I can add? I'm just walking by. I don't see anything just hanging around. My God, dude. Okay. I gotta have a sip of my drink real fast. Have a sip. Yeah, I like that. I like that seafood flavor for some reason. So here's Prismatic. Lucario. Here's the Tyranitar. Okay. Here's the Lucario. All right. And here's the Tyranitar. All right. There you go. So these should help out. Yeah, I think those help a little bit. Maybe I can get you another thing too. Can I find another thing real fast? What else can I find? It's sad when a set is so stingy that you've got to do something to help a person get a good pull. Look at this. This is probably from like 20 years ago. This is Promo Mewtwo. Please enjoy. So he's yours now. And how about this great looking little Pikachu right here? Here's a little Pokemon Go Pikachu. So you're getting all these. I'm helping you out. You went really deep tonight. I'm trying to make sure you get something out of it. Those prismatics are scary, man. All right. Just shows you guys how far you can go before even one big pull comes out of there. It also makes them exciting in a weird way. You're kind of like, oh, the next one will be hot. Here's a little Oshawott. He's pretty good. So we're gonna fix you up with a couple good pulls here. Guaranteed good pulls. All right. So he's lovely. Pack fresh. There you go. So let's take another look. We've got Oshawott, Pokemon Go Pikachu, this nice Mewtwo. The centering doesn't look too bad. Tyranitar, Lucario, and then all the stinky pulls. These Umbreons are okay. I mean, if these grade 10, you make some money on the Umbreons. I really believe that. You can also trade them to me if you don't want to do that. I'm open-minded to all of the holos, by the way. So you got quite a few of them. You can use them, obviously, in trades. We do those trades. Dang, that was rougher than my Weiss case. Greetings all. Flying now to London to judge the Pokemon European International Championships this weekend. Dang, dude. You got to give me a link to that, Mr. John Lucas, so that I can watch some of it. Here it is. All right. Sometimes I actually watch those. I especially like to watch, like, the final round. I like to see what happens because we sell these Pokemon cards. That's super cool, man. Okay, so there you go. Mr. Shahir, we tossed you some bonus cards there, including that Mewtwo and including the that nice Oshawott card. That's a serious card. He might be $100 in a 10, you know. You just got to bother to grade them. I could grade them. I could grade all of those Oshawotts, but I like to use them as free ones. Okay. They can't stand that we celebrate Christmas and have laws against blank. What? What are you saying, dude? Okay, so this will say Shahir. I don't know about all that, man. All right. Look at that. Do you want to go forward with that slab away we talked about? Yes. Let me look into it real fast. Let's see if it's still viable. I'll DM you the link and let you all know if I end up on stream. Very cool, man. Whew. I'm jealous, man. You get to do all that traveling. I don't get to go out, man. I'm all locked up. Dango locked up. Dango. There we go. Been watching too much King of the Hill. Karis and I are rewatching all the King of the Hills. That show is so funny. All right, let's see. We just watched the episode where Hank Hill rides on the back of the motorcycle and Peggy gets to drive. Really funny. All right. Let's see. One last thing. One last one. This will get me to 100 packs tonight. Are you serious? Damn, dude. That's really crazy. All right, so... This music is catchy as hell, man. Okay. So Brandon Boutillier, I would like for you to send in $20 to begin that Gengar break or whatever, the Gengar slab away. And there you go. I hit the button, all right? So we're set up for that. Okay. Very nice. And the next step is we actually have to send him home. So we have to bring that card back. So I've already got one, but it's in the vault. And so I have to transfer it over here. Here it is. All right. So now I'm paying PSA money to ship my own card back to me. That seems kind of redundant. Let's see. Return to you. The following items have not been in the vault for 90 days. Yep. Okay, confirm. Let's see how much they charge me. I think it's like 12 bucks to ship this back. First, you got to do this doofy verification code. Yes, so Brandon, send in that $20 and we'll mark it as started. And then when this arrives, I'll just write your name on it, okay? You're being redirected to pay. So it's $13. So $13 to ship it back. Kind of silly that I sent it to them, huh? And there it goes. It's been charged. So my item's back on the way. So that's ready to go. And let me plug in the iPad. I believe you may owe Shahir some feet pictures. Oh my God. Do I really? So we have an order from Mr. Brandon Boutillier, who says $20 for slab away. All right, now I'm going to process that right now, guys. Brandon and I have worked out a slab away on an expensive Gengar, which I'm going to immediately restock. So it's a red label slab away. Let's head over here. So Brandon, it looks like you have the Tyranitar staff and you have minus 515. You have $60 on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the transfer and then I'm going to add $80 more to your equity, right? So you have a total $80 of equity. So now this shall say February and it's going to say Pikachu Gengar, Chinese, 2.6, that's what we agreed on. And it's going to be that amount minus 80. So you have 2,520 left. All right, there you go. It's been updated. And now this card comes back to the table for sale. How nice. So this Tyranitar is for sale now. Got a little X on that. That's a red label Tyranitar. Whew, that's a big thing to be moving around. Looks like we have a new order. Let's see. He says, longtime fan since 2020. This is my first order. Can you please grade whatever card I pull and charge me for that and shipping? I don't see the price for grading. Thanks and advice. It's Mr. Burwar. Hey, what's up, man? All right. So, a Sandstorm pack break. You got it. Let me write you down. You've been a fan for that long? That's so cool, man. That's a really long time. So there's your card, and let's put you into the pack split. So you probably already know then how this all works. You know that we have to finish filling this out, and then when it activates, everybody gets one card. So there's 6 spots left in the pack split, everybody. And you also say, whatever I pull, can you charge me for that and shipping? Okay, so you would like whatever you pull to be graded. Well, here's the deal. You probably want to see what it is and then make a decision at that time on where to grade it. Okay, so what we'll do when we pull it, we'll create a fresh bag for you. And then we'll, after we create the bag, we'll put the card in there and you can make a decision about how to grade. Now, if you're curious about grading prices, it's in the extended menu. Have you seen the extended menu? There's a link to the extended menu in our YouTube channel, right? So you can look in the description for that. It's a link. But here it is, card grading. Tag is $30. PSA is now $45. We have Cardconomist grading for 40 bucks. It's pretty fast. We have PSA pack grading. I don't know if we'll continue to offer that. And there's BGS grading. So there you go. Most people will want PSA. We have cheaper tag grading for now. Tag grading, how long before they raise their prices? That's what I want to know. Hey, it's me, Mr. Barwara. Hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you, by the way. I want TCC grading. Cool, man. So that's something we're offering again because we know PSA's price has moved up. And basically the way it will work is I'll grade it when I grade it, but it should be pretty fast. I'm not going to try and procrastinate on it. I'll try to get it done quickly. And that's $40 to do that. What you could do is you could order that ahead of time, and then I'll just know to get to work on that as soon as your card comes out of here. Hey, what's up, Cactuar Queen? All right, so let me jump over here. Javier Arroyo wants 2 prismatics. I have to service this Okay, so Mr. Shahir, hold your breath, because if this is an SIR, you're going to lose it. So he says 1 for Shahir, so then that's this one then, and 1 for me. All right, so he bought 2 packs. 1 for you, Shahir. Oh, that's a gift. And 1 for Javier. I'm scared. Let's get it. 1 and 2. All right, who will have the better pulls? That's 49. Oh, yeah, $9 is shipping. That's correct. $9 shipping. You ready? Okay, so for our friend Mr. Shahir, you pick up a Janine's Secret Art. All right. Hopefully there's a rare card. Grabbing this. That's a very nice gift. There's been some gifts given today, especially Mr. Javier's handed out some cool stuff today. If you were to start doing CGC grading again, how much would that cost? It might be cheap. It might actually be pretty cheap. We'd have to look into it. And now, here is... Oh, I got a little scared when I saw that. Terrapagos, that's for you, Javier. So you got a little Terrapagos. A gift is a gift. Yeah, I imagine it was like the... Imagine it was an actual SIR. That would have been nuts, dude. That'd have been a crazy moment. Okay. We'll toss this in here. And we'll toss this in here. So nothing changed, really. That's actually kind of a double gift, if you think about it, Shahir, because now you know that those 2 packs would have just been 2 cold ones against your count. This shall go from 50 to plus 15, which is 65. So that's up to 65 now. Whew. Now, we're back over here. We have an Alexio Alvarez order next. Phantasmal Flames ×6 and a Pokemon Ascended Heroes. I still haven't received all of my Ascended Heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to go contact everyone I bought them from and be like, where's my product? And here's this. I think that they sold it or they opened it for themselves and they're just waiting for like a new shipment. And they're like, you can have the next round. Like, bro, this product is out. Where's my product? I haven't paid attention to coins where most or all the metal coins from the late 90s or early 2000s. Hope everyone's all right tonight. And if you haven't done it, take a second and smack that like button. So, Mr. Curry, here we are. All right. We're going to place 1 Ascended Heroes on the table. The good one. Okay. What time is it, by the way? 7:45! Where'd all the time go? Oh, my God. Where did all the time go? What the hell? 7:45? What the hell? That's crazy, man. Okay, so Brandon Boutillier, remember, you got that Gengar Pikachu started, and it's on the way over here now. And so that's exciting. I'll be excited to see you finish that one. You can also try to trade things in toward it. That's a possibility if you have stuff you want to get rid of. Let's snip this. Let's snip this. There it is. Okay. I'm so late today. What? It's Miss Sarah Dooserberry. Hello, Sarah. Here's Nimble. Ooh. Oh, Sarah, did you get to see your Charizard, your completed Charizard encapsulated? Remember you bought a Charizard from me for like 25 bucks or some cheap amount? Hand-drawn Cardconomist Charizard. Did you see that? So we got 1 Nimble. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack, jump over the candlestick. Here's Ascended Heroes. Okay, Ascended Heroes. Oh, I like the Rayquaza. He's nice. Rayquaza's a nice touch. He's really good looking in this set. And Nimble. Double Nimble. All right, tough round. That was actually kind of pricey. That's a tough round, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't think I did. I will look. Oh, wait. I got to show it to you because I didn't, like, take a picture of it in Discord or anything. So I will get it for you. Alexio Alvarez, everybody. Why is it so busy tonight? Actually, I think it's mostly one gentleman pushing the stream very hard, Mr. Shahir, making Tuesday night pretty lit. Did you say you needed a new bag? Hey, mister, I have a bag. So Alexio Alvarez has a bag. You must be in this box then. Ugh. Let's move all this over. You know who I haven't seen in a couple days? Miss Alexandra. Where did she go? Here we go. I don't think I did. I will look. Let's see. King Roxas says, hey, it's me, Berlois. How do you feel about Ace Grading? I got nothing against Ace Grading. I think it's great that they have their own company in the UK. I think that's actually very important. You know, if everyone in the world uses PSA grading, you know, that's just a big handout to America again. So if you're a British nationalist, and of course I am a British nationalist, you know, Britain first. Is that what they say in America? America first? Yeah, okay, so British first. Britain first. If you're a British nationalist, then you're rooting for your own grading companies to do well because that's a new futuristic job right now. That's a cutting business job. One of the things that people are really spending a lot of money on is card grading. So you should be rooting for Ace Grading and promoting them because that makes money for the UK. Whereas if you grade with PSA, that makes money for the United States. So, but I'm very aware of those kind of things. Let me hit refresh. Ooh, Bev. Here's Shahir. All right, what is this? 28 packs of prismatic. You got it, man. All right, 28 packs. Give me a minute. All right, here we go. Now, I don't know if I should sell more of these without doing a restock first. Because we moved a lot of product tonight, and I might want to buy back in for the future. So if you give me a moment, I think we need to restock this. This has to be restocked. Let's see. We need a restock. What is this? Let's see. Oops. Oh man, these are some close prices, man. So you're not doing too bad here, Shahir. You know, your purchase reminds me of a guy who was buying a ton of Hidden Fates from me back in the day, back when Hidden Fates was the big thing, you know, and people were buying it back then. Well, let me see this. People were buying Hidden Fates back then for like $8, and that was considered expensive. But you know, that was like 7 years ago. All right, we get rid of that. All right, so I think I have my decision made. Okay. So we're taking on a restock on these, and we're not going to reprice it right now, but if it there could be a reprice coming if it keeps selling too fast. Let's put it that way. All right. So there it goes. Let's just see real fast. Mr. Shahir, 28 packs, instant God pack, guys. I've sent through a slab away payment. Let me know if it comes through without an issue. Sounds good. I sent in for one prismatic for Shahir. Let's get him that hit. I agree. I'd love to see him get the hit. So this will be exactly 28 packs that we have here. Let's go ahead and start snipping Mr. Shahir. I bought so much Hidden Fates back in the day chasing that card. Yeah, actually, you know, I pulled the Charizard, the SV49 Charizard. I pulled him for myself a long time ago. I got some tins from a guy off of eBay, and I opened it up, and there he was. I pulled the card for myself, and I thought to myself, boy, this guy should have just opened his own tins, because that Charizard was selling for like $1,000, and the packs were only selling for like $8. So it was a big deal. And I never forgot that feeling. It was a very exciting feeling. There's just something very, very, I don't know, more exciting or more satisfying, maybe is the right word, when you pull your own card as opposed to just kind of caving in and buying someone else's that they pulled. So there's something way more satisfying about it. Buying an already graded card is kind of cold and calculated, whereas opening one from a pack is super, super satisfying. You immediately feel like it's yours. You know, you have like a stronger connection to it. I really hope you get a God pack. Major fingers crossed for you. They're rare, I can tell you that. I watched a gentleman go much deeper than Shahir when this set first came out, and we were selling through like cases of these, man. We were selling through cases of these. And what was it back then? Wasn't it like $21 per pack back then? It was even more expensive back then than it is now. His stuff is still over here. Yeah, Mr. Isai Rivera. He's got multiple boxes over here. Here goes. What we got? That guy did not pull the God Pack. He did not pull Umbreon. He pulled like 2 Espeons, which is still kind of good, but wasn't what he wanted. I still have those already pulled in a 10 hanging in my office. Oh, that's awesome. I think I caved and sold mine. That's always a mistake. You learn that, guys. You learn if you pull a cool card, if you sell it later, it's a mistake. Okay, here's Glass Trumpet. I think my very best pull is still the no holo Dragonite. And I already own it, so I'm like on top of the world, basically. Yeah, the no holo air Dragonite that came out of that video we posted, the best rocket pack in history or something like that, whatever it's called, the best rocket pack ever, where we pulled the holographic Charizard, and then we also pulled the no holo Dragonite at the same time. And I think that video has actually become more valuable over time because over 7 years have passed. 7 years have gone by, and no one else has done it. It must be an extremely rare event, pulling that no holo Dragonite. It has to be exceptionally rare. It just has to be. And so it comes from an extremely good video, and I have it right next to me on my right by my hand right now. Here's Hippowdon. Hippowdon. Put that there. I've been out of Pokemon for 2 years. What would you recommend I start buying? Whatever you like. It doesn't matter. You can buy whatever you like. The market knows what to price it all, so you can just go after what you like. But yeah, so ultimately I end up pulling my own Dark Charizard, so that's great. That's a great feeling. So that's sort of like a childhood dream come true. I completed the thing I wanted to do as a child. Like, I'm done. I did it. And then as an adult collector, this is the other major item right here. I pulled that for, not for me, but Von Doom. But I was very lucky. He graciously sold it back to me for $16,000, and I very quickly accepted the deal. So those are the memorable pulls for me, and I have not sold them, and I don't want to, because it'll be a major mistake if I do. I'll be so sad if I sell those. Here's Knockdown. Is it too late to send in an order? It's 8. I'd say it's too late, guys. That is too late now. I got to wrap it up. Wrap it up. My wife's been off work since 5 p.m. She's going to get sad. She's going to get lonely. We're going to get a conversation about, you know, work-life balance. There has to be work-life balance, I'm afraid. Here's Dreepy. Tonight's a popular night, isn't there? Where there was a lot of questions about the Sandstorm break, question mark. Ooh, here's a Vaporeon. Were there if you've got any questions, let me know. I can answer any of your questions. Okay. The Dragonite's an insane grail. Yeah, I had a guy make an offer on it. I guess I'll just reveal the offer. I had a $60,000 offer for him, and that was like back in the end of 2024, before Glory of Team Rocket came out. So I had like a $60,000 offer on that card, and I turned it down. I was like, you know, internally, like I was interested in what the offer was going to be, but internally I was not even close to accepting an offer. I was, no way. But it is curious to see people make an offer, and maybe there's a price for everything. You know, maybe there's a point where you go, okay, I got to take this offer. It's too good. But I think that that particular Dragonite is so special. And you know what I ought to do? I ought to print out a QR. Oh, here we go. What we got? Yeah, Leafeon Master Ball is definitely a bonus. And look at the centering on it. It's quite good. That's good. So Leafeon Master Ball, he helps a little bit. Come on, man. Give us an SIR. Here's Bun Erie. What was that? Was that the store credit? Yes. Let me put that back up there. Kind of fell over. Here's the Bun Erie. Do you think you'll ever do a stream marathon again, like 12 hours or something? I did that on the TheCardconomist channel a long time ago, and I learned very quickly that those do not really reward you for doing that. You do not get a big reward for hosting like that. You do get rewarded for being very consistent. So we're very consistent. Every day you get like a total of 5 hours per day. That's a lot of, that's a good stream time, I think. Here's Groudon. We got a couple more packs. Here's Shaman Master Ball. We do like the Master Balls here. Shaman and Leafeon are decent Master Balls. Okay, there's Shaman. There's Friends in Paldea. Come on, bro. Badu Leafeon. And, my God, Dragapult. 2 packs left, everybody. What can happen in 2 packs? Let's find out. Oh, my gosh. And... woo! The crowd goes wild. It's Shaman Pokeball. There it is. Do not be confused about Prismatic. It is easily one of the toughest sets to open. Easily. I think it is the toughest set. And we've said that before. But it's almost like you don't believe it until you see it happen again. You're like, maybe you just get lucky sometimes. No, not with this set. This set is terrifying. It is Shaman. Wow. Bunnery, Leafeon, Master Ball, Goldeen, Vaporeon, Amarist, Noctowl, Hippowdon, Noivern, Umbreon, Glass Trumpet, Umbreon, and Okie Dokie. Wow, dude. Can you use my store credit and give them 2 more packs? Heck yeah, I'll do that. So let's do things in order. I have to make sure that we always open things in order. But I'm going to queue you up for that. Hear that, Mr. Shahir? You got 1 free pack from Javier. And I think another gentleman ordered you a free pack. And I think you're getting 2 packs from Mr. John Lucas. They all want to see you pull an SIR. 101 packs, no SIR. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Here you go, Mr. Shahir. Okay. And let's go ahead and pop this in here. That would be a crazy video. Best pull of 7 years of streaming with the video being shown on each pull. I would love to hire somebody to make that video for me. Mike's side could do it. I don't know if he will. Here it is. I would like some new video ideas. I've been thinking about picking up a second editor to kind of work on stuff like projects. Mike's side does a pretty consistent type of video. He does the same sort of like he analyzes the stream and he picks out the best moments and he turns those into clips. So he does a routine and he does a pretty decent routine on that. I'd love to do some experiments and some projects, like videos that are unusual. And so, you know, if somebody likes to do that kind of stuff, let me know. It's probably better for us to have 2 editors all the time. You know what I mean? Like a junior editor and a senior editor. I got lucky pulling the Sylveon out of 4 DG boxes. What if someone offered you $3 million for it? Yeah, see, like if I got a crazy offer like $3 million, I better take it because I don't think I'm going to see that money in life again. All right, so we must take care of Mr. Jaded here. He says, for pack of Prismatic to Shahir. All right, so this is a free pack from Jaded to Mr. Shahir. Here you go. Ready? they are empathetic to your... Nope, just a cold pack. To your cause, Mr. Shahir. All right. The set was even worse with pull rates. Shining Legends, the pack art is really cool, though. All right, so that's one free pack. And I'm going to write him up here. Number 5, Jaded. $15. All right, cool. And I know John Lucas is donating 2 of them as well in a minute here, but we got to make sure we do it in order. So we have an order from Mr. Berroir. Hey, what's up, Mr. Berroir? Paying for Sandstorm card break, being TCC graded, plus shipping. Thanks in advance. So how should I do this? Let me go back into the pack split. And let's get the full name down, I think. We better do that. Abdul Ghafoor. All right, there we go. And then what we'll say is $9 shipping. And we'll say $40 TCCG. So there we go. So we actually wrote all of the data down on this one card, and that will help us know what to do at that time, seeing how you don't currently have a back. There you go. So that's taken care of. That's a first-time order from him. How nice is that, everyone? Here is Miss Cactuar Queen with $30 towards Slab Away. Okay, Cactuar Queen. I need to do a Slab Away backup. I haven't done a backup in a while. All right, and let me hit refresh on this. Pull the cards one at a time for the suspense. Oh, yeah. All right, so now we're up to this donation. Mr. John Lucas. You got a little bit of store credit, John Lucas. I think a card or 2 of yours sold. Let's see if I can find that. Here it is. So you have $375. That's not bad. And we'll toss this over here. Now, this cuts down to minus 30, right? So 345. So you have $345 remaining. Oh, I should also mention we have that Nikke once again. Somebody already opened a box of it. Nothing came out. So that set's pretty popular. And then 2 of these. All right. Come on, Shahir. Your destiny could easily be in these 2 packs. It's not common, obviously, but it's possible. Let's find out. Could this be it, everybody? Or will it just be two regular packs? So if he doesn't pull you anything, I'm going to give you some more free cards, okay? We got a Bronzor out of pack number 1, Bronzor. Oh, my God, dude. Dude, this is making me want to go buy another Prismatic Umbreon. How are they not underpriced? And Sandy Cheeks. All right, Sandy Cheeks it is. Woo! All right. How about that? That was a bonus 3 packs, and they're just like all the packs. That's crazy, dude. All right. Yeah, I'm going to dig into that Nikke once I'm not flying on a plane. Cool, man. All right. Well, that's been a lot of fun opening those Nikke packs. I really enjoyed that. We are. That's like a top product on this channel because of you, but not just you, other people. Yeah, Mr. Jose Ponce came in and he got a whole box of it. All right, so that is just a popular thing right now. I'm going to set you down, Mr. John Lucas. This shall say number 6, John Lucas. Shall say 30. All right, cool. Look at that, guys. 104, no SAR, but thank you, everyone. That's crazy, dude. That's pretty crazy. And I placed an order for more product on that. What do you even call that set? I call it the Dark Souls of Pokemon card openings. It's the hardest set. It's got to be. I don't think any set is harder than that one because you can go that deep and not pull you know, some kind of card to make your money back. If you were to go that deep on Destined Rivals, you're going to get like ARs and shit to kind of make your money back, even if you don't pull the Mewtwo, right? And I swear you'll definitely pull some kind of alt art within 100 packs. I mean, what's that, 3 booster boxes? You'll get an alt art. But Prismatic doesn't work that way. Prismatic has like no rules. You can open up a whole booster bundle case and have no hit in the booster bundle case. That's possible. I know that's possible because I've witnessed it. Same with the ETBs. So we witnessed that multiple times with the ETBs because they have less packs in them. They have like 90 packs per round. And you can open up a whole ETB case and there's just no hit. And it's just like, what the fuck? You know? I think it's because they count the trainers as hits. I think those trainers are the hits. And I don't understand why the loot table works that way. It doesn't feel right. It feels like a bug. It feels like it's not meant to be that way. It's too stingy. So you pulled all those lovely trainers like Time. That's the hit. That was your actual SR or SIR coming out. That was your hit. It's those stupid trainers. That's all people get. But you got the Pikachu and a lot of tiers. Let me go get you some bonus cards. Okay, I'll be right back. Gotta wait for the patch. It seems like a bug. All right, here we are. So we gotta get you these promos at least. Here's Lucario. Here's Tyranitar. Here's Tyranitar. Yeah, you triggered a restock on these. Lucario. Metroid music, nice. Do you have Roppy Secret Rare? Throw that away. Well, this has been a great stream. We just hit the 3-hour mark. It's officially 8:10 p.m. I got to wrap up, guys. There you go. So we got you some more of these promos here, Shahir. Hopefully 1 or 2 of those have a chance at a 10. You know, I've actually looked at some of those, and those are pretty tough to grade 10 as well. So if one of those does grade 10, might be worth $100. All right. Now, what else? You need like 8. I'm going to put you into that bounty like 10 times, dude. So that'll be for your Pikachu and not just the Pikachu, but let's say, how about some of those Master Balls? So you're going in. I mean, that was a massive round. You definitely bought a ton of cards here. And or maybe we just treat those trainers like hits because they basically are. Again, I think that those are your actual pulls. Those are your hit pulls in there. So we're going to get you in there. You're going to have a pretty good shot at the bounty this month. And that's not a mistake. You're the one pushing the sales this month. So you're supposed to be having a lot of spots in the bounty. And we haven't chosen the bounty yet. So I don't even know what it is yet. But here it is. You're going to take a pretty large chunk in there. Thank you, Mr. Shahir, for the busy Tuesday night. Holy moly. That's kind of you, mister. I do yes, JD. The biggest one I'm missing is the Anis Secret Rare, which is around 3.4 to 4K. I think I own that. I think I got that from Mr. Brandon Wong, but I don't know where it is. Where did I put that? Is it in my regrade pile? I feel like I have one of those in a regrade pile somewhere. I know what you're talking about. It's a SEC Plus. I have that somewhere. Mr. Brandon Wong traded that to me, and my goal was to crack it and regrade it. Maybe I've already sent it in and it hasn't come back yet. I bet you that's what it is. It hasn't come back yet. All right, so that's it. The stream is over. All of the orders are done. We're hopping off for Tuesday. We'll be back on for Wednesday. We'll be building up this binder break. This is binder break number 5. The binder break, very, very, very popular. We just grabbed some nice looking poker cards to get us started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 poker cards. So if you value these at like $7 a piece, that's $56 right there. $56 if these were $7 a piece. It's not bad. See you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great night. Can you buy unopened packs from you, or do you have to rip them? Yeah, we do that. We do that. If you want to buy a sealed pack, you can do that. If you haven't, I want it, Mr. Haha. I'll try looking through my PSA submissions because I might have cracked it out of the slab and then send it off to PSA for PSA grading. So that's my suspicion because I currently don't know where it's at because it was a 9.5, BGS 9.5. And Brandon ended up trading it away. He didn't want it because I guess it was a 9.5. So I think it's over here. It's either in this room or it's with PSA. So I'll figure that out for you a little bit later, okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a nice night. Thank you to Mr. Shahir. Tonight's stream brought to you by Mr. Shahir. Sorry about no Umbreon, man. That's really tough. It shows you, once again, when you pull a hot card out of a set like Prismatic, you got to have pride in that because it's truly difficult. We open so much of the product and we just don't see anything crazy coming out. So difficult.